Welcome everybody to the first step here on GDQ Hotfix. I am JHobz and I am joined not by Keizaron today. I am joined by very special guest Marphoria. How are you doing, Mar?
I'm doing just fine. How about you, Hobbs?
I'm doing great because the great thing is, well, I was about to say the great thing is Keys isn't here, but that's not the great thing. I feel he couldn't be here. What I meant was, it's hard for Keys and I to be able to play Crash because I have a very big difference in skill level with him in Crash Bandicoot. However, you have actually run Crash Bandicoot 3 in the past on both the OG version and the HD version a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit for both of them. So we actually have like kind of an interesting way of making this somewhat even. So what we're doing today, to let everyone know, we're going to be having a 3-hour challenge where we have an hour per game of Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot 2, and Crash Bandicoot 3 to see who can get the furthest in each one. Leading up to today, Mar did a little bit more practice than I did to try to help balance out the fact that I'm like rusty, but I also ran the Insane Trilogy a ton, whereas she's slightly less rusty. Well, a little, because you've been practicing Crash 3 recently, right?
Well, yeah. So
like
I've been
relearning.
Yeah, I've been relearning Crash 3, but I never really touched 1 and 2. Like 1 and 2 were the games that I played casually, and like I love watching speedruns of them, but I cannot run them to save my life. So like it was just those games, like, you know, I beat once, and then I just watch other people play it.
Yeah, so we did like a kind of mishmash of like, okay, what's our experience levels with each one? So we'll try to adjust how much each of us like practices and stuff like that to see if we can match up. Hopefully it'll be pretty close and a lot of fun. I think it will be. I think Mar's gonna end up coming out of the gate like just swinging big and destroy me going through it just from putting a little bit of time in, and also those watching streams like you were talking about. But we'll see. I don't know. That's why we're doing all 3 games too, so that way we can not just end up spending the entire time on Crash 1 and 2 because we both like 3.
Yeah, I think if we did that, we would basically just like, we would never get to Crash 3, which is both of our favorite Crash games.
Yeah. But real quick, before we get started with all this, if you're new here, folks, the first step is a show all about getting into speedrunning in super low effort ways. See, a lot of people, when they watch speedruns, they get really intimidated, thinking that's something they could never do themselves because they hear about frame perfect tricks or they hear about the thousands of hours of practice that people have put in. And the thing is, we all start somewhere. Even the world record holders for your favorite game started out completely sucking, I promise. And it's really fun to get into speedrunning in super low effort ways where you just kind of pick up a game that you've never played before, maybe a game that you played a ton as a kid but you haven't touched in a while, and just trying to see how fast you can go through it without looking anything up, just doing it over and over again. And before you know it, you'll realize that you do start to make a lot of progress very quickly. So that's kind of the whole idea here. We didn't do like a ton of prep for this or anything. We just both happen to know the series like to different degrees, and we're gonna see how well we can do. I got a couple. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, let's see how far we can get, especially in Crash 1 and 2, just because like the difficulty in especially the first game is just wild.
Yeah, 1 and 2, I think we're gonna be taking way more safety strats than once we get to 3, and probably not going to get nearly as far in 1 and 2 either. But we'll get more into that as we get going as well. But yeah, I wanted to hit people up with a couple of quick announcements from the GDQ channel. First being that, if you didn't know, from now until July 15th, GDQ's revenue from subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered after taxes will be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. So please consider subscribing. You get ad-free viewing, you get access to awesome emotes. It normally helps us out here at Hotfix directly, but today it's an extra, double win because you get to donate to Doctors Without Borders by doing that. So we really appreciate that. And don't forget, Summer Games Done Quick is almost here. It's coming up in just a few days. My flight is tomorrow. I am so ready. It's going to be definitely not at all nervous about doing the pre-show and the interviews. But no, it's coming up in just a few days, June 26th to July 3rd. So you should check out the event. It's going to be live streamed on this channel, twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. VODs will be up on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. So you can follow here, subscribe over there, And go to gamesdonequick.com if you need any more information about the event, such as seeing the schedule and whatnot. All that being said, Mara, you ready to play some Crash?
I'm ready. I'm ready to do some woes.
Yeah. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot of that for sure. Okay. So we're just gonna press start. It's real easy with this game.
Oh,
and
I was still on the demo. My bad.
Reading the demo. Oh, all good. I'm just hovering over the start button, and if you're ready, I'll give us a countdown.
All right. Yep. Count us down.
All right, cool. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Crash 1. Definitely the one I am most afraid of.
It'll be
in
okay.
a lot of ways. I should have gone back for that life. I already feel like I've made mistakes.
You're fine. They right off the bat give you a life.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up. That was the mistake. That's hopefully, I don't know. Oh, there's another one here though, so that's good. So the nice thing about Crash 1 is that they actually do give quite a few lives, 'cause it's a very hard game. So there's a ton of lives all over the place. And also you actually have to, or you don't have to, but you want to I already died. I jumped in a pit.
It's okay. I'll probably die here at the, the exclamation point box within that big line of boxes. I always die there.
Yeah, I died just a few pits before that, basically. I just was trying to do a technique that we'll talk about in a little bit. But the neat thing about this is that in this game, yep, I died in the pit you were talking about.
I waited for the third mask to run out for that because I was just like, every time I've done this, I've died. So, what was the tech you were talking about, though?
Oh, yeah. So what I was initially going to say is just that we do actually want to break some boxes, and that's going to help us gain some early lives and stuff, because at the end screen, there is a whole, all these boxes fall down, and you want to reduce how much of that happens. So if they're not too far out of your way, you do want to collect boxes, and that's going to help us by just giving us a surplus of lives, since we're both beginners in this super hard game. Always a good idea to have some safety strats.
Well, actually, since you died, you won't have to see that.
That's true. I won't, but I still picked up boxes anyways.
There you go.
There are a couple other techniques we can do to go fast. I don't know everything about these speed games, the OG Crash games, but I know a little bit here and there. And there's something called zigzagging we can do, where every time you jump, you can basically wiggle the D-pad left and right, and you get a little bit of extra distance out of your jump when you do that. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty fast. And then the other thing is spinning in this game is faster than just base running. So spinning on the ground is good, but spinning is also really weird, and you can't jump out of it very easily, and it kind of gives you forward momentum, which is how I died.
So apparently Crash banks up to 5 spins. So you can use 5 spins immediately, but then after that there's a small delay. So yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's I think every time you use a spin, it takes 2 seconds, I think, for it to recharge
or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It's like a skill cooldown in an MMO or something. It's
right.
It's very odd.
I was going to say before MMOs were a thing, but I'm sure by 1996 there were something out there, right?
Yeah, probably. It's probably something. I'm not well versed in the land of MMOs, but maybe an EverQuest or I don't know, or WoW or some garbage like that. I don't know.
Well, Warcraft 1 was a thing, right? Sorry, Warcraft 1 and 2, but not really MMOs. Those were just RTS.
Mm-hmm. So here in Great Gate, I don't know about you, I'm opting not to do many zigzags in the kind of 2D sections because I'm afraid of just falling. So I'm going to do a lot more running there, but I am going to try to use spins whenever I know I'm pretty clear too. Just get a little bit of a speed forward. I did want to get that mask, but oh well.
Just as a reminder for you that the triple mask does not, when you spin the little platforms, can't the little wooden platforms.
Yeah.
Triple Mass doesn't do that here. It does in NST if I remember correctly.
I think it might. Yeah, I instinctively spun them anyways while I had the triple mask, but I was thinking while I was doing it, like, oh, should I have not done that? All right, I just threw away both my masks by walking into a spike pillar. That was not very smart, but that's fine. We're out of the level.
Gotta love it. Oh, shoot. No, I didn't mean to go into a bonus. That sucks.
But at least it gives us a good way to bring up one of the other kind of concessions for safety we can make in this run that I think both of us are planning to do, especially in some of the later levels, which is that bonuses act as a checkpoint for you in this game. It's, in fact, one of the only ways you can save the game normally, so hopefully neither of us gets a game crash. But they'll act as a checkpoint, so in some of the harder levels later that might have, like, a lot bigger distance between their checkpoints, I know I'm going to actually try to get all of the tokens and go into a bonus.
Yeah.
Give myself an extra checkpoint.
I think I'll do that for, if I can get, well, probably on, like, the second island, perhaps. Now, how much anxiety did you have as a kid when you played Crash for the first time and you came onto the boulders level?
Oh man, I think Crash 1 I didn't actually play as a kid. I started with Crash 2.
Oh, okay. So there's still boulder levels there.
It was, there were still the boulder levels. It definitely still hit me that way. And then in Crash 2 you've got Unbearable, which is now you're getting chased by a big bear, so it was even worse.
I think, and I'll probably say this again when we get there, I think out of all the chase sequences in the OG games, I think Unbearable is the most terrifying one to me. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with that.
Like, the dino in Crash 3, I mean, it's just cool. It's like, hey, look at Triceratops.
Cute. Yeah.
But then this big mama bear with, like, her teeth, it's like, it's just absolutely, it's so scary. Like, it's not as scary in NST, maybe because, like, you know, they upped the textures and all that stuff. It's like, oh, it's just big, cuddly, giant polar bear, right? Still mean, but, like, in the OG one, something about how that model is rendered looks scary.
Yeah. It's funny too, because like you mentioned being like terrified of the boulder levels and stuff, and I'm really terrified of them in this run because they're the ones where I can't just react to what's in front of me. I have to try to remember the level layouts, which I don't remember them that much. I rust really hard in games, so even though I did some amount of running of each of these on the HD version and they use the same level layouts, it's not there anymore in my brain.
Yeah. Well, when's the last time you ran a NST? Like, when's the last time you've done an NST run?
I think it's been like probably only a little bit after SGDQ 2018, whichever time we did a Crash 3 race.
I think that was 2019.
2019. Yeah, that actually sounds more accurate.
Because I watched that one. That was you, Cam, and Merkaz.
Yeah.
That was a really good showing.
It was fun for sure. But yeah, I think that was probably the last time that I'm sure I did some after that on stream. So around that time though, I don't know if or maybe just when Spike and I we did a whole Sprash Fecta.
Ooh.
At one point, which was really fun, but also because we don't really know what we're doing, especially in the Spyro games, it took like 27 hours or something.
So you guys did that in one sitting?
I did it in one sitting. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Spike split his up just by like one day.
Okay, makes sense.
But yeah, it was very, it was very long.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sometime around then is when I think would have been my last time. So you've been recently kind of relearning Crash 3 on the Insane Trilogy, but before that, what was like the last time you played these games?
Oh goodness. So I played it casually back in March because I had my first charity stream. Sorry, Papu, why are you so mean?
I'm still back here in upstream. I've made mistakes. There have been problems.
No, you're good. Yeah, so I played Crash 3 casually because I was just looking for like casual games to play for my charity stream, and I was like, oh my god, I really miss playing this game like so much because like before that, last time I speedran Crash was like 2018. Crash 3 NST, yeah, that was in 2018, and then March 2022, installed the PC version, and I was just like, I forgot how fun this game was. Like, I knew it was fun. Like, it's my favorite 3D platformer of all time, so it's always going to be fun to me. But, I was just like, I want to learn how to go fast again.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Absolutely enjoy it. And it helps that the HD version has some tech named after me. That's always
of course.
It's always a nice little ego boost.
Would you like to explain to the viewers at home what your namesake is in Crash 3 speedrunning?
We don't need to go too into it since it's not going to be relevant here. But basically, there's some tech called hob sliding that I discovered. I didn't name it after myself, to be clear for folks. My chat ended up coming up with the name that stuck. But it was. Yeah, I did end up just finding it, and it's basically just a way of doing a slide spin and a jump and kind of getting the game to give you a huge burst of speed that you're able to kind of carry really far. And it applies in both Crash 2 and 3, which is super neat. But it does not exist in the OG games. Each of the OG games, in fact, has their own methods of going fast, and we'll talk about each one as we go through each game. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool. It's neat that everything has its own different speed tech. I always like that in games.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like when you because the main series I run is Resident Evil. So and as you know, those games have also been remade. So both the OG games for the PlayStation and then your remakes, they all all don't have the same tech, not at all.
Yeah, totally different.
So, and you'll see it in both any game that has a remake and all that sort of stuff. There will be speedrunners for both of the games. People will speedrun both OG and remake, but then you'll have people who don't touch the remakes at all or who don't touch OG at all. So it's a nice little mishmash of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I always appreciate when it's great when the games have different things to them that make them both interesting, as opposed to sometimes you get unlucky and a remake is just it removes all your favorite stuff and from the speedrun and then just doesn't bring a whole lot with it or something like that. But oftentimes you'll get really lucky and there'll be just good tech for good reasons to run both versions of the game, basically.
Right, but it also would be one of those things where I do not recommend running both of them at the same time.
No, yeah. Very difficult, for sure. So I'm finally in Hog Wild. I think you just left Hog Wild, right?
I did, yeah.
Just leaving it, okay. So I'm a little behind. Had quite a few deaths.
You're good.
We got plenty of time. Oh, we got lots of time. I'm not too worried. Crash 1, I'm listen, as long as I can get pretty far in it, I'll be satisfied.
Right.
Crash 1's definitely my worst of the three.
Nah, hang on. That's the same with me too. All's good.
I wish I knew if jumping or walking or running was faster with while on the hog. I'm not actually certain. But
it's hard to say.
I think jumping maybe. I'm not sure. In NST it's jumping, but I don't know.
Is it?
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, NST you try to jump as much as possible.
Yeah, Crash 1 NST. I played through it a little bit recently, but definitely haven't learned any of the speed strat stuff for that. When you would do 315%, of course, I'm sure Crash 3 was your favorite, right? But did you prefer 1 or 2 in terms of those ones?
The thing about doing 315%, for anybody who doesn't know, that is all 3 of the games on the HD version and all 3 of the Crash games and getting the full percentage for every single one of them and doing it ideally all in one sitting. The thing about running that is it's so long, especially when, like me, you're not very well practiced in it and you're just kind of doing it for fun. It's so long that by the time you get near the end of a game or even a little over halfway through a game, you're so ready to just be playing a different video game. So, Crash 1 is pretty fun at the beginning, and then it starts to really bog down near the end because you do a lot of repeated visits to places and stuff like that.
Right.
And the main thing is you're just I just want to play Crash 2. I want to slide, I just want to play a different game.
You're ready for the new tech.
Yeah, and then once you get to Crash 2, it's like, cool, this is fun. I can slide, I can do hop slides and stuff like that. It's really great. I keep spinning myself off of ledges. But then by the time you get to the end, you're dealing with all the Warp 5 garbage and having to just do a ton of hard levels between Warps 4 and 5. And so you're just like, I just want to play Crash 3. Like, let me just play a different video game. So it's kind of funny. I'd say that 2 and 3 are still my favorites. Definitely 3 when doing that big thing. But it's also just like a lot of it is just because of the pure endurance of it.
Also, I just totally made a mess up. So in Native Fortress, there's that hidden path you can take.
Oh, yeah.
I just totally accidentally missed it. And so
no.
I went through, I didn't die, thankfully, but
Ooh, nice.
I made things so much harder for myself than I needed to be.
Right. I am dying a ton in an earlier part of the level. Native Fortress, there's a couple of levels where I'm like, this level is going to be rough, and I'm not looking forward to it. Native Fortress is always one of them. Sunset Vista is another one.
Yeah,
so not looking forward to that.
Yeah, Sunset Vista, unfortunately, longest level in the game, so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do some small stuff here and there, like spinning on these like fire bouncy platforms can let you avoid bouncing on them. If you spin right as you land. There we go. That's what I was trying to do before. Got blown up by TNT. You know what? Let's get this. I might need the Tana bonus just in case.
So the thing with levels like this is the cycles. Like you feel like you want to go and like you think you can make a cycle, but then you kind of hesitate and don't. And sometimes that's okay, especially at the beginning of a speed run, because you're still learning it, right, and getting used to that sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. When you're new to a game, I highly recommend not stressing out about cycles. You're gonna see us like waiting on a ton of stuff.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm waiting on this cycle here because I wanted to pick up that life.
I spun. Goodness. I had so many lives banked.
Yeah, I think I'm down to 7 already. I'm like, oh no. Oh, but here we go. The end of Native Fortress, at least. Native Fortress taketh away, but it also giveth sometimes, so it's kind of nice.
I'm taking my time here.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. That ending is really rough. All right.
There we go.
Up the creek.
Finally.
So this level, a little bit more straightforward, I say, as I jump into the water.
You said it was straightforward.
Naturally.
You went right in there. You went for a swim.
Yeah, I went straight forward into the water. But yeah, these are a little bit more straightforward. They're just more about like paying attention to what's around you. It's really easy to, like that. I almost didn't see that fish in time to spin it and would have lost my mask. So
Stupid.
that or like, waiting on this cycle, trying to just basically pay a little bit of attention.
Stupid Native Fortress. Hate it.
Yeah, me too. Oh, okay. You know what? If I'm going to die, 1 inch off of a checkpoint is a pretty good time to do it.
Yeah, I've done that same thing too, where you just kind of like run right off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how I just like wasn't expecting to bounce on it, and then I just went right for it.
Yeah.
It's funny too, because a lot of people, when you go back to these games, or this game in particular, will bring up the bridge levels as like, oh, I remember that being the hardest thing. For me, I'm not as worried about those compared to things like Sunset Vista and Native Fortress.
When I first started like de-rusting on these games, I was worried about the bridge levels, but then I don't know, it felt a little bit more comfortable, I guess, the more you practice it, because it's just.
I think the other. go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, it was just a matter of like, you know, how far do you hold, like how long do you hold down X to get max distance on your jump and, you know, not going too forward on the D-pad. So it's just kind of like getting into a rhythm on like where to like hold stuff essentially.
Yeah, I think that's the nice thing is by that point, you've also been like platforming in the game for a little while, and you don't have to worry at all about side to side really. Plus, there's always the ropes exploit if you want to go that route and everything, can hop up on the sides to kind of skip. Oh man, Ripperoo! I am not looking forward to this fight. I am terrible at this boss fight. I'm just really bad at it. It's a fine fight. I'm just not good.
Ripperoo.
Yes, already fell in the water.
It's such a great fight.
Yeah.
No,
I
no.
just have such a hard time with like getting on these TNTs sometimes for some reason. I don't know why.
It's funny. They say they're big, but I guess they're not that big if we just fall right off of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to get eaten. I was like literally right at the end of Up the Creek, and then I fell in the water.
Oh.
Like, it's the worst when you like hear the end and then you die.
Right. Okay. Thank you, generous TNT hitbox, for lingering there. The only time I will applaud it. That did not go as bad as I was expecting. It went way worse when I was doing the little bit of like warm up I did in these games. And now time for Lost City, which I'm also not super looking forward to.
Awesome. I died again right at the end of Up the Creek, right? Like the lily pad, like right before it, essentially.
Oh yeah. Easy to do.
I was gonna say it's
Okay.
I was gonna say it's the worst when like you can hear the end, like you can hear like that portal, and then you just die right in front of it.
Yeah. So the one thing I am going to try to do here in Lost City, you might have noticed I've been picking up a lot of boxes, and it doesn't matter because I just died. So what I was going to try to do, actually, do you know, does it matter if you die but you respawn at the beginning?
I think it's just any death is fine.
Yeah,
in terms of like not getting the box animation at the end.
Oh no, I meant so not getting the gem either.
Getting the gem? Oh, I have no idea about the gem.
Yeah, I think that ruins it, so I just won't go for it. What I was gonna say is that I was going to go for actually collecting all the boxes here and getting the green gem because it would allow me to completely skip a level later, which would be really nice. However, I was not gonna be shocked if I died at some point in this level, and you cannot die if you want to collect the gem in any level in Crash 1, which is why it is very hard. That's why 100% is really hard in this game.
I'm about to join you in Lost City.
Oh. Well, you won't have far to catch up. I keep dying in the beginning.
It's okay. So the thing with like Lost City and Sunset Vista, it's like the cycles and like the obstacles in these levels are just, I don't know, something about them messes with my head. I think it's mainly like, you know, the stone ones that like pop out, not the single ones, but it's like the ones that come in like rows. It's like,
sure,
there's like the ones literally coming out like vertically out of the wall. Those ones always mess with me.
Yeah.
Especially when
a lot more of those in Sunset Vista, and they're brutal.
Yeah.
Sure. The one nice thing is now that I did already take that death, I don't have to stress about getting every box, so that's kind of convenient.
Yeah.
I can just move forward, but I would have liked to be able to skip the level later.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing where there might be exploits to skip that level even without getting the green gem if you're amazing at the game. But you know, I'm not. So I have no idea how to do that if it exists.
It's okay. You're still learning.
Yeah. That's the whole point. You're not going to be perfect on your first speed run or anything like that. So I always highly encourage people.
Yeah.
And if you've got the old games, oh geez, that was a silly death. Don't make that death.
What death was it?
I just like jumped straight into a red lizard and didn't spin. But yeah, if if you have these games, we are going to be doing Crash 2 and 3. So if you've got some free time on your hands tonight and you want to try out your own hand in speedrunning, consider racing alongside us from the chat when we get to Crash 2 and 3. Or boot up Crash 1 now. You might still be able to get further than us. I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, like I can empathize with that, where it's just like, you know, I wouldn't say like, you know, we're bad. I hate this. Like that's a term. It's something natural that we want to say, right? Because like, you know, like, oh, I'm so bad at this because our only benchmark is like when we watch speedrunners on Twitch or like on a marathon or something like that. But yeah, like that's just the thing. Like, you know, you have no idea like who else is like speedrunning behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah, or where that runner that you're watching is really good, like what they looked like when they started.
Right. And so we all learn at our own pace, and that's totally okay.
Okay, there. I am out of Lost City. Unfortunately, with no green gem, but that's okay. There was no way I was going to make it the whole time anyways. Like, I had no real illusion or delusion. I don't know. Whatever I'm trying to say. I did not expect to actually get it. I just figured I'd try.
Nothing wrong with trying, for sure.
Yeah. That's actually a really good thing to do when you're initially, wow, how did I die there? That was surprising. When you're jumping into a speedrun for the first time, it can be really like, it can be really fun to just try for some things that, even if you know it's probably a little bit out of your skill range at the time, or it's going to cost you more time to do, it's not a bad idea to just give yourself like, okay, I'll try for this 3 times. You know, give yourself a set number of attempts at a trick and go for it. And then once you've hit that limit, it's a hard limit. You're like, okay, I'm moving on because I'm gonna lose more time if I keep going for this. And then that can give you a fun way of just like, every now and then you're gonna hit that trick. You get a little bit more practice with it, and you're gonna also just it's gonna be really fun to hit the trick.
Yeah.
But still not like cost yourself too much time.
Also, one thing I like to always tell folks all the time, like especially when you're learning a run, is like segment practice. Like, you know, it's because like at least when I first started speedrunning, you know, because when you watch people speedrun, it's like, oh, they're playing all the game all right now. Like that's probably what I need to do, right? Is just literally play the full game like every single time I speedrun it, and that doesn't necessarily. Oop, I just literally ran off a platform.
Yeah, that's what I did a second ago.
Well, because you're in Temple Ruins as well, right?
Yeah.
The camera angles in these levels are just very frustrating.
It can be brutal.
I just ran off the same platform again. But yeah, what I was going to say before I'm sure I'll die here again is... yeah, you necessarily don't have to, you know, play the full game every single time. And you could if you want to, right? But segment practice is like, I always recommend that for folks. Or just, you know, practicing individual levels and things like that in general, you know.
I'm still always a big proponent of just like, however is the most fun way, like whatever keeps you playing the game. Like whatever's the most fun for you, do it that way.
Yeah.
Some people don't enjoy full game runs, and so they just do like little sections, or they try to optimize small sections, or they do miscellaneous categories of something they invented. Keys and I have done that a lot on TFS, where we're like, we just want to do this in this game, and we'll do it that way. So lots of different ways to get into speedrunning, folks, and I highly encourage people to give it a try. I cannot stop falling.
Me too. It's like the camera angle here, it's like right behind you, and you could barely see the platforms in front of you. So, is it better in NST, or did they adopt literally the same exact camera angle?
It's pretty similar. I think the fact that, well, since it's 16:9, you have like a wider view, so they can kind of zoom it out a little bit and play with that, play with things a little bit because of the aspect ratio. And then I do think that they probably take a slightly more top-down view in some of the sections, like in these kinds of levels. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty similar. All right, finally out of that one. Okay, here we go. First bridge level. Let's keep count of the 22 lives going in. Let's see how many we have at the end of it.
You have 22?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay, there's the first death. But still at 22 lives because we got one.
Man, I'm taking Temple Ruins so slow just because, like, the camera angle is, like, tripping me up.
On safety strats, you know, Keys and I talk about it all the time. Just safety strats will oftentimes save you more time in the long run.
Than dying, yeah, because getting teleported back, who knows how far is something. I forgot that these platforms go back if you just stand on them. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
it's basically like trying to kick you off ASAP. And I just,
all right, I'm gonna lie. Was not expecting to live there, but that's fine.
Real talk, when I played NST for the first time, because before that, I think the last time I played Crash 1 was maybe in like high school or something like that. So many years before. I was stuck on Road to Nowhere for literally an hour and a half. I'm not joking.
I am not surprised. Like, that was pretty similar to my experience, I think.
And I remember thinking, I knew the game was hard. I don't remember it being this hard. Like, I don't know. It was a challenge.
Yeah. I like, so when I actually first played NST, which was my first time playing Crash 1 as well, I did it as a race between some friends, like 4-way race. And I spent so long in Crash 1. The whole race overall took like 9.5 hours. And it was so great when I finally got to Crash 3. And I was like, wait, I remember this one. I think I played this one as a kid. Because Crash 1 was, that was a rough time. I was game overing all the time, even though they give you a lot of lives. And it was, it was a nightmare. The bridge levels, I definitely remember, especially High Road, which I actually now think when trying to go fast that Road to Nowhere can be harder than High Road a lot of the time, for me personally. But High Road is often thought of as the harder level.
Yeah. Are you doing
and it definitely was for me then.
Are you doing rope strats?
I wasn't for most of the level, but I just did at the end there, and I just left.
Nice.
So I just finally got out of it.
I just got into it, and I don't know how to do the rope one at all.
It's pretty much exactly what you'd think. You just hop up there and you could probably make it work. I highly recommend, if you do go for it, to jump and just try to keep jumping, because you can then keep correcting yourself in the air as opposed to sliding off the rope. And yeah, if you can kind of get that perfect angle, it can help a lot. But like you said, it's kind of like if you get used to platformers and stuff, and especially once you've been playing this one for a little bit, in a way, you're just dealing with the X button in that level.
Yeah, and
just
up.
taking the normal way. Yeah, so sometimes it's not too bad to just go the main path. Yeah. Oh, I might die on this boulder level. Yep.
Like, I started, like, when I was playing through NST, and I was like, oh, let's see how, like, you know, the rope strat works for this. And it wasn't too bad. Like you said, you have to, like, keep jumping and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you can, like, run on them, but jumping just helps give yourself more time to correct, I feel like. So, for me, that was always the easier way of doing it. And I found it a little easier in this game, like in this OG version, to do the rope strats than NST, personally. But I think some people feel the complete opposite, so I guess it's maybe a mental thing. Oh, boulder levels, no.
Whew, we didn't die in Road to Nowhere. Heck yeah.
Yo, nice. So you probably accumulated some lives there.
A bit, I think, yeah. A handful.
Yeah, because I think I forgot to check directly after, but I think I came out with like 22 or so. So because I died a bunch, but I kept getting lives. So.
Now, what's interesting, and I noticed this when I was playing Crash 2, is like when you're losing a lot of lives and, you know, you're about to die, essentially, you're about to game over, because you know how there's different crates in the game. There's like the question mark ones and regular ones and all that. You end up getting more lives from the question mark ones. So I think that's the game's way of being like, hey, we're trying to help you. Don't die yet.
Is that really how it works in Crash 2? I could totally see that because I didn't know. I had a couple boxes that I was like, I could have sworn this had a life before I game overed, and then it like didn't after I game overed. So I was like, oh.
Well, I know when you break a random box that had a life in it, it won't. Well, actually, no. Hang on, that's with a regular life box. I think it's like random for sure. Like I was actually talking in my chat about that last night, and someone mentioned that because, again, I was going back to Resident Evil, and pretty much from Resident Evil 4 onwards, there's a thing called DA, difficulty adjustment, and I'm sure that's prevalent in other games and stuff too. But that's something we kind of manipulate in some Resident Evil games. So the game gets easier the worse you do.
Yeah, I know that's like super prevalent in the RE2 remake one, right?
Yeah.
In that run.
Yeah. And that's something that we kind of manipulate in the RE Village run, mainly at the beginning of the game. But yeah, I was thinking like, ooh, is this like Crash's DA? They're telling us like, hey, you're doing bad. Here's some lives. But I mean, the game still is hard. Like they don't make the enemies easier and all that stuff, right? They're just giving us lives. It was just me being silly.
Okay, there we go. Oh man, Sunset Vista. Just not a fan. Not a fan of this level.
Well, I'm about to join you in Sunset Vista.
It's been pretty close. I'm very, very happy with how close it's been so far.
I died so much in Native Fortress, and that's where you caught up, so...
yeah.
That's okay.
But again, if I had to call out 2 levels before this, it would have been Sunset Vista and Native Fortress, so not too surprising.
No, I'm definitely not looking forward to Sunset Vista. This one takes me forever.
I feel like the cycle is just sucks.
I'm definitely gonna
glad
take.
I've built up some lives.
Yeah, that was me. The last night when I was playing, I was like, I'm glad I banked lives because oh my god.
Yeah. So I have this other problem where the HD version of this game, as soon as the fire for any of these like any of these things that like spit fire, any of the platforms that spit fire, as soon as the fire starts to go away, it no longer like has a hitbox in NST, and not the case here.
No, it is not. No, if there's any bit of fire, it will ruin your life.
Yeah.
It's like any small pixel of fire, and yep.
Yeah, so it keeps throwing me off. I think I just also have a really bad cycle with these bats. Okay.
Now,
no! Oh, I finally got past something I was dying on a million times, and then I got trolled by the wall platforms.
I hate those.
the pushers. Yeah.
Hate them.
Ooh, this cycle is just brutal.
Uh-oh, hang on. I like second guessed myself with this. Like, there's like fire and bats around the same area.
I think you've caught up. I think, yep, I'm looking over. You are exactly where I keep dying. The bats and the fire is what I was talking about with the cycles.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to take. Oh god, no! I just got pushed out. All right. I said I was gonna take my time, and then here I am.
Yeah, I have that problem a lot especially when I'm like doing a casual run of a game, like a casual speed run of it, where once I get past a section, I then think like I should be able to be very fast after that point or something. Like if I start dying somewhere, I try to optimize every like little section on the way back to where I've been dying. And it starts costing me more time because I just start taking more deaths, trying to reduce the amount of time I'm spending dying, which is paradoxical in a way. It's annoying. So I always recommend for folks, like, if you ever find yourself in a like cycle of like dying in the same spot over and over, seriously, just like stopping, like standing still for like 2 seconds. Or even 1 can often get you out of that kind of just mental state in that section. and will actually save you that 2 seconds back by you not dying. Well, you can tell we're both in focus mode for this level because it's
sorry.
a nightmare. No, it's absolutely the same for me.
Well, because like
it's very frustrating.
The thing with like these levels that are long is the checkpoints are. You would think there'd be a lot of checkpoints, but the checkpoints are actually pretty far apart.
Yeah.
So, that's a thing.
I thought my stuff was glitching there for a second. I think it might have been. It's being very weird. The stone, like some of the stone wall pushers are not backing away when they're supposed to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that seems wrong. I think something is weird there because I died. So let's just not die again.
Hashtag don't die. It's that easy.
Oh, it's not that easy. Mara, I have bad news. It's in fact very hard. Come on, stop being weirdly glitchy.
Okay.
All right, give me that. Thank you.
What's also really funny about this level is that you think it's about to be over and then you're like, oh no, it's just another checkpoint. Thanks.
Yeah, there's still so much of it left. Just a very, very long level. Like you were saying before, longest in the game.
Yeah, I think Slippery Climb, sorry, not Slippery Climb, Stormy Ascent before that got caught, I think it got cut, rather, not caught. I think that was the longest. Okay.
Another tip for you folks, don't try to make cycles that you know you're late to.
Yep, you will probably die.
or at the very least cost yourself more time by falling down over and over again. There we go. Much better.
You know what's funny about, well, so in this game, because, you know, Aku masks and all that sort of stuff, you can accidentally spin away an Aku mask. I accidentally did that one time and my heart broke. In 2 onwards, you break the box, you get the mask, but nope. You can accidentally spin it away here because it opens up the box and the mask sits there. And then
yeah, it's very frustrating. It's also really easy to just like break the box and keep moving and never collect it because it dropped behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that cycle. Okay, it's a little rough, but we got it.
Okay, I think.
Let's wait this out. We're gonna get another life here.
No! Oh god, I got pushed out. That sucks.
I didn't end up getting all the Tana tokens. I thought about it. I should have, but I didn't. So no checkpoint for me. Thankfully, I think where the checkpoint is for the Tana section, there's not much to die here. You can more just fall a ton. And if anything, I could maybe die on the fire, and I have 2 masks, so I should be protected from the fire.
Good.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we can still lose a ton of time by falling, though.
I keep
That part's
dying.
definitely still possible.
I keep dying at a part I have issues with. I've had issues.
Oh boy. Okay, thank you, Mask, for saving me there. Now I just got to get to the end. We're on the final stretch here.
I think I'm like halfway there.
There we go.
Oh, it pushed me out again. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I hate these. I feel like the trick with them is always wait for all of them to go out, and then it's usually like that's your window right after that. But they're so frustrating. I always try to bounce on top of the ones that have the lizard in front of them. Or no, not lizard. I think it's a box. Now, Koala Kong, I'm glad I have some masks for because honestly, I'm probably going to mess it up. But thankfully, you could just spin his rocks at the beginning. And then when he has the like extra heavy one, then you just kind of dodge it. and you come spin it when the minecarts are there. So this one's not too bad, but it's still easy to mess up. Oh, the sigh of Crash Bandicoot. It's an old friend.
It's because like I'm going across it and then it still pushes me out. It's like, it's moments like that you think, is there a particular timing to that, or do I need to like, I don't know.
Yeah. Is it the one like basically right where you are now that you're talking about?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to get pushed out of that one. That was my bad.
I always try to land on top there because it's so frustrating if you don't. So maybe that'll help if you bounce. You can just land up there from the bouncing off the box.
Yeah, so I've gotten past that, no problem. It's just there's like the set of 3 right after that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
For some reason, that set of 3 keeps pushing me off.
Well, I think you could jump on top of them too from landing on the other ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so that might help.
Okay, well.
I don't know. It's a little tricky, and the cycles are slightly different in this than what I was used to. So, all right, I'm moving on to heavy machinery now.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I feel empathy for anybody who's stuck in Sunset Vista at any time, including practice runners. I'm still just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to be stuck in Sunset Vista. It's not a fun level.
It is not. I did not mean to do that. That was my bad. Shoot.
One of the biggest things too that I'm sure we're both getting affected by is your air control in this version of the game, in the original versions, compared to NST is wildly different. You have so much more air control in NST. You can just you can kind of turn 180 a lot easier. So it can be a lot easier to kind of save yourself at times from specific jumps. Or if you can tell that a cycle is going to be bad. But a lot harder to do in this version, and especially when you're used to the other version.
Yeah.
That makes it extra hard.
There we go, finally. Finally made it to the other checkpoint. I only died, I think, 10 times.
That was me with the earlier part of that level. And I think I still died in that section a little bit too. I'm gonna wait here.
Oops.
Wasn't confident about how that steam cycle was gonna go. All right, I'm gonna take a quick deviation over here because I can get triple mask.
Nice.
And I want it.
Okay.
So now I don't have to worry about these cycles. So nice.
All right. I think I'm almost to the home stretch here.
Nice. Yeah, if you're on the second climb, then you're getting near the end.
Like the sliding platforms in and out type thing.
Yeah, where you are. Yeah, once you get up top there, then it's just straight on till morning.
Nice. Or I can just fall too.
Yeah, I fell several times. So sad. Yeah, that jump and this one are both, those are pretty brutal. You did those a lot faster than me. I fell several times trying to get them.
Okay.
All right.
And then I think there's just a red lizard, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if you jump spin them.
There we go. Ooh,
Nice.
Goodness. Wow. Sunset Vista, the great equalizer.
Yeah. I'm just really happy we're both past it.
Me too,
It's just a
actually. I
nightmare.
would have been very sad if I just if this all ended there. I was like, nope. Forever
Yeah.
stuck in Sunset Vista purgatory. Feels bad.
It would not have surprised me in the slightest, and it still would have been very sad, though.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to actually wait and get a second triple mask here, because I'm just going to play it safe in Cortex Power.
Yeah, Cortex Power is another level where it's the camera angle is awkward, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I shouldn't have gone for that. Should have waited on that cycle. That's fine, though. At least it was right after a checkpoint. Yeah, it's like the level's not too hard, but it's got just some weird stuff with the electricity sometimes. And like you're saying, the camera angle can just make it hard to hit some of the jumps. Yep, like that one. I have the problem rather than like missing the jump, I'll like walk too far forward and hit something in front of me before I jump almost. That just happened to me a second ago.
Oh no. Wait for these mine cards. So you know how in NST for Qualicong, there's that glitch you can do where you can like glitch over to Qualicong's side?
Yeah,
and
you
stuff?
can use like a hyper jump or whatever. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah. Can you do something like that here in OG or nah?
I don't think so, but I honestly have no idea. They maybe people have figured something like that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not certain. Okay, generator room used to be one that I absolutely hated. I was very, very bad at. And I would always miss the gold time in 315% runs, which have to get all the gold relics. So the thing is, because of that, I have played it a lot because I practiced it a bunch so that it would stop being a problem.
Right.
So I'm going to die here and there. I already died once, but I'm not super stressed about it anymore.
Good. I took a death in Qualicong. I didn't mean to. It just happened. Like, what's funny is, like, if you just slightly touch the rock, like, when it's, like, on the ground, like, Crash just loses, you know, he dies or loses a mask or whatever like that.
Yeah, that's always why I pretty much all the bosses in Crash 1, I'm much happier when I have a couple masks, because they're just really easy to just mess up with the hitboxes slightly.
Yeah. Well, and what's interesting is in Crash 1, every boss fight always has a double mask. And if you keep double mask, it will, like, they'll disappear. But I think that's only if you go into the level without it.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
So that makes a lot more sense, because I was like, I didn't think I had 2 masks going into that boss.
No, it's, yeah, I've definitely noticed that. I think I noticed, yeah, I can't remember. I noticed it like a long time ago or something like that. But it's like, I remember not having any masks at all. And then going into a boss, I'm like, oh, hey, Aku's here. And then, you know, I kept him. And then when I went to the next level, I'm like, oh, he left. So I guess it's just only for the bosses.
Yeah, it might be.
I'm finally in heavy machinery, by the way.
Nice.
Took me a bit. Took the scenic route in Sunset Vista.
It's okay. I died at the very end of generator room, and I mean, nothing happened. Chat, you didn't see anything. It definitely was not a very, very silly death involving me spinning some lives and walking right off of a ledge.
So, what's funny is, like, when you first see the level name Sunset Vista, you're like, oh, this sounds really nice because everyone likes a sunset, right? But absolutely not.
Nope, hate them forever now, and it's Crash Bandicoot's fault. Thanks, Naughty Dog. I can't look at a sunset anymore the same way. All right, Toxic Waste is such a nice breather after some of the other levels, because it's just straight. You just run straight and jump. And, like, it's still easy to die because it's still a hard game. You can die anywhere. But at the very least, it's like, I don't know. It's definitely simpler than a lot of the levels.
That level is fun up until the bouncing ones, the bouncing barrels.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
Because I'm like, oh, hey, this is fine. And then the bouncing, it's mainly like the last bouncing one, because there's like a couple platforms there you have to go on.
Yeah, those are pretty brutal. The earlier one's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then I'm still dying occasionally on this level because I'm trying to fit in zigzags and spins and whatnot. Like
now,
a fool.
You say zigzagging. If you were to explain this to someone who were to pick up this game, it's just wiggling the D-pad, you say?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like in the air, wiggling the D-pad left and right. I'm sure I'm not very good at it. People who are actual runners of the game could probably do it way, way, way better. But you get a little bit of extra speed by doing that, a little bit of extra distance in your jump, rather. and you can do it all over the game to save some time. I keep getting hit by the barrels, the jumping ones. Oh, okay. Well, that one's on me. I mean, all of them have been on me, but you know, that one was extra on me.
No, it's the game's fault.
Yeah. No, you're right. All right, let's just avoid that. Okay, there we go. Out of toxic waste. Died a little bit longer than I should have there, but that's fine.
I was gonna say, I was like, the checkpoint here for heavy machinery, it's like long. Oh, fun fact.
Yeah, oh, it's really long, yeah.
Fun fact, heavy machinery was the first playable Crash Bandicoot level.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was the first one
That's
that Naughty Dog made, and it was yeah, the first one that was like complete and like cool and all that sort of stuff.
That's neat. That kind of makes sense because it fits very much with the like aesthetic of the opening cutscene and stuff, like the whole Cortex's lab and everything.
Yeah. I think.
By the way, when you get to Pinstripe, I'm gonna give you a tip if you weren't aware of it. When he's first vulnerable to be hit, you can spin him 3 times if you basically just keep spinning.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that until somebody told me earlier today, and it was really easy to do. So I highly recommend doing it.
Well, today I learned.
Yeah. Basically, when he like first starts going across, like switching sides, just spin him a bunch of times. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not as easy as I thought because I died and now I didn't get it the second time.
Small trick.
I think I might have just like started spinning too early though, so I used up all my spins.
Oh yeah, because yeah, he has the 5 spins banked in there.
Yeah. Well, it worked the first time. I wish I hadn't died.
What's after heavy machinery? Cortex power, he said?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
All right, sounds like we got about 4 minutes left. Oh, I died again. Jeez. Pinstripe. I was not expecting to die to Pinstripe, but I forget I keep throwing a mask away at the very beginning about jumping, so that's not helping things.
Now you gotta hide. No.
Yeah, I keep trying to like skip a cutscene or something, and there isn't one after you die.
So funny story. Since it took me, I don't think I beat Crash Bandicoot until I was like well into adulthood because it was way too hard for me as a kid. So the family friend who gave me Crash Bandicoot, you know how the PlayStation games had the little like slip on the inside, like the little game slip, the game description slips and all that stuff. Well, he wrote down like passwords and stuff. And because, you know, in this game, there are passwords at the save points. Because if you don't have a memory card, the game gives you a password. But there's this thing called a super password. And that apparently just 100% the game for you.
Oh, wow.
If you put in the super password, it 100%'s the game for you. And I remember since I couldn't beat it, I was like, well, let me put in the super password so I can like play the game, you know, because you can't get to the levels unless you progress, right? So I remember getting to Pinstripe and I was like, how are you supposed to kill him? Because I didn't understand. I didn't understand. Like
I would believe that because I think his animations are really hard to read and stuff too, compared to like they've touched it up a lot in NST, where you can't necessarily tell that he's reloading.
Yeah, like
at specific points.
I couldn't tell. I was like, it just looks like you can't hit him because he's just constantly shooting. Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. I'm on high road. I've already died about 3 or 4 times.
What a good level.
All right, about 2 minutes left in our 1 hour per game challenge, so we'll see if Mark can catch up to high road for the next 2 minutes, and if I stay here.
I'm about to get to toxic waste, so I was like a level behind?
Yeah, no, like this is really close. I'm very happy with how like close this ended up being because I figured one of us would just steamroll through it or something, or I didn't figure that would happen. I was a little bit worried it might happen. Mostly I was like worried that I would continue to death cycle in Sunset Vista for even longer.
Oh wait, I'm going to generator room, not a toxic waste, so I'm 2 levels behind.
Oh, that's right. There's generator room. I forgot about that one. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to going into the next 2 because this is a very good indicator of like it already being pretty close.
Yeah. It'll be really great when we get to Crash 3.
Yes. Yes, it will. We'll both be very happy about that. All right, can I get out of high road before our time runs out? That's the real question. That it's not looking like it, but we'll see.
Yeah, so what, 2 levels behind? Could be worse. Oh, I did not mean to get to a bonus.
I intentionally am grabbing the bonus tokens on this one, just in case.
I have like 30 lives, so, and I'm out of the levels that I was out of the levels that I was worried about. Well, I guess except High Road. High Road I died a lot on, but I will not make it there, but it's okay.
High Road at least gives you quite a few lives as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got less than 10 seconds trying to get to the end. I'm close. All right, sounds like that's it. That's time. I'm definitely not stalling so that I can get to the end of this level that is right up here. Oh, it's further than I thought. So further. All right, anyways, we're going to go to a break, folks. And oh, hey, there's the end of the level. Look at that. Conveniently got it in time. We're going to go to a break real quick, folks. We're going to play some ads during the break. We really appreciate it if you stick around. Don't worry, we will be back because we're going to jump straight into Crash 2 afterwards. If you don't want to see ads during the break and you want to help support Hotfix, you can subscribe to the channel. But don't forget, it's actually an extra win this month because from now until July 15th, GDQ's revenue from subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered after taxes will be donated by GDQ to Doctors Without Borders. So please consider doing that. We really appreciate it. And with that, we will be back in a few, everybody. Go grab some water or something. We'll see you in a few. Welcome back, everybody, to the first step here on GDQ Hotfix. Marphoria and I are racing through a weird kind of 1 hour per game challenge of the OG Crash trilogy. Having a lot of fun. How are you feeling about it so far, Mar?
I'm feeling pretty good. Well, the games are hard, like especially Crash 1 we knew is hard. But other than that, you know, it's been really fun. I've been definitely having a blast.
Yeah, me too. I think I just love doing like casual speedrun races. It's super fun to me.
Yeah.
And a great way to get into various games. The thing about Crash 2 that's interesting is that like my goal is to not game over because I think Crash 1 is harder in that you die more often, but it also gives you a lot more lives.
Right.
So it's really easy in Crash 2 to die and end up game overing very early if you're not like picking up some extra lives. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of that early on.
Like I definitely noticed that when I played was because like I didn't game over on Crash 1 at all, and I know you didn't either, right?
I think I did like at some point like really early on, like just completely messing up and jumping in a pit a few times, but basically not. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah.
Well, I didn't during this race, but sorry, casually.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But like here for Crash 2, yeah, you're right. You definitely don't get as many lives. Like it's hard to bank as many lives because you know, when we do Crash 1, you want to try and break boxes and stuff to kind of skip that end animation there. You don't have to do that in Crash 2 or 3 at all. So you can, in the any percent categories, you can just breeze right through those boxes. So then basically less opportunity for us to bank lives.
Yeah, we'll see though. Before we get into it, I do want to let people know about some other stuff going on with GDQ. First of all, if you didn't know, then like GDQ actually has an Instagram channel. You can go to @GamesDoneQuick on Instagram, and we actually post bite-sized clips from our Hotfix shows, and we're going to post a lot of stuff during the live SGDQ event. So please go follow us over there and check out what we're posting over on Instagram. And you can also tweet at us @GamesDoneQuick if you want to let us know what you're excited about most for SGDQ. We're also going to have some questions and things like that during the event as well. So you should absolutely check that out. Follow us there on Twitter. And Frame Fatales is coming up pretty soon as well, like not too long after SGDQ. They're going to be having their next all-women speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, in late August. You can type !FF in chat to learn more, or go to gamesdonequick.com/Frame Fatales. A really great event. Mar, you've actually participated in the Frame Fatales events before, right? I think at least as a host.
Well, I participated in Frame Fatales in 2019. I did a RE2 remake race in that one. It was really fun.
That's right. Yeah, was that with Cat Link?
She was. Cat was commentating. I was racing against
okay.
Roxy Rose. Yeah, that was fun.
Gotcha.
It was very fun. It's a really great event.
It is. There's always some really awesome speedruns during those events, so I highly recommend people checking them out. That being said, I'm going to skip my demo. I think we're about ready to get back into this one. Crash 2, moving on to the better video games.
They're not bad.
Crash 1 is still a great game, but yeah. So if you are ready, then why don't you give us the countdown this time?
Sure. All right. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
I wasn't ready for the and, so I'll wait another half second at the start.
Oh, my bad.
Spoiler, all good.
So yeah, just as a heads up, I don't have as much experience in Crash 2, but the game is very fun. So
yeah, weirdly enough, like because I was gonna say Crash 2 might be where our biggest imbalance is, just because I did like some Crash 2 running on NST and stuff. Even though like obviously with Crash 3, I had gotten to the point of like having record at some point, because I haven't played that one in nearly as long. Like it's super long and you've been doing it a bit more recently. I actually think that one might be a little closer than this, but we'll see. I'm not sure. I'm very prone to game overing in Crash 2 because I try to go too fast.
So I tried doing that neutral slide spinning that you're talking about, and not holding the D-pad at all seems very unnatural. So I don't think I'll be doing that.
I'm having a hard time with that. Okay. I'm going to try to do it here and there. So what Marphoria is talking about is, if I could get out of this pit, is there's some tech in this game called neutral slide spinning, which is basically you hold forward on the D-pad when you're doing your slide, but then when you're no longer sliding, like when you're actually doing the spin, you let go of forward and it gives you a big boost of speed. And I'm going to try to do that pretty much all over the place. You're going to most noticeably see it in these tunnels. That's where it's easier for me, because it's just holding straight. And a lot of the time it's going to get me killed, because I'm going to try to do it in backwards levels like a fool and just slide right into a pit.
Oh, I see what you guys mean about when you let go of the D-pad. That does give you a lot more speed for sure.
Yeah. Doing it just in like the openings and the endings of the levels too is a good way to just kind of get used to it.
To practice it.
It's not a bad way to start it out. Oh, went right into the TNT and then spun away the life I wanted to pick up. All right. That's great start to Snow Go.
Gotta love it. Yeah, I'm just like a sucker. It's just kind of ingrained into your muscle memory to just hold down D-pad or analog stick or whatever, what have you. So that definitely seems like something you want to work on if you want to get serious about running this game.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky in that I had already run a game that had some tech surrounding going neutral in it in the past. Like I've run a couple games like that, and so for me, it's not like too weird to do, but I can totally see how it is, because when I was first learning, I think it was Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal was the first one that I was the first one that I actually like had neutral tech in to learn. It was very weird learning that at first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what game had that? That's really cool.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank games have it. I want to say, I think Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze had it. I could be mistaken about that, but I think there might have been some neutral tech there. I don't quite remember. Yeah, I think that's what had it initially when I started playing. I also know that normally in Crash 2 and 3, you have like specific orders you're going to do levels in order to preserve masks and whatnot. I don't know about you. I am just going from left to right.
Me too. That is exactly what I'm doing.
So I don't remember what any of the orders are anymore. And I think in Crash 2, you don't actually want to get triple mask. It's actually slower.
Is it?
It's slower than doing slide spins. So if you get triple mask, you actually want to crouch walk.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really weird. And so in Crash 2, you use your masks more for like damage boosts. I keep dying.
Well, I did not. I was trying not to
hotfix.
grab this triple mask, but it happened.
Yeah, so try holding crouch, and you'll see that you kind of like go faster that way. It's very weird.
What? I did not mean to blow up.
I died a bunch at the beginning of Hang 8.
Nice.
I'm trying to do, so there's another technique called glitch high jumps, which I'm sure you're familiar with from Crash 3 NST, because they're built into that game, even if we still call them the same thing, but they're not a glitch in that one.
Yeah.
But basically, if you jump and spin at like more or less the same time, I think it's like slightly after or something, you get a much higher jump than you're normally supposed to. And it can be quite handy for clearing a lot of gaps. Unfortunately, because I know of it existing, I try to clear gaps that are kind of hard and die a lot. All right, we are moving out of that level now, though.
We're both at the same spot.
Nice. Yeah, I think you're a little ahead of me, just in the animation, basically.
It was funny, like, I got to that, like, the clear gem popped up because you know how that timer is there at the end? But
Yeah.
I got there right as the timer was running out, and the gem literally disappeared at the 0-second mark. It was pretty funny because I've never seen that.
Yeah. That's nice, too, because it means that you didn't have to, like, circle around it or anything, because you don't want to pick up the gems, obviously, since there's a cutscene at the end.
Right.
These kinds of levels are the ones that I enjoy trying to... Oh, my God. Okay, well, that
What
bird ejected
happened?
me and sent me into a pit. I was going to say I enjoy trying to go for the neutral slide spins a lot more on these kinds of levels that are a bit more open.
Yeah.
But the bird did not care.
Excuse me? Bird?
I think there might be some lives here. Okay, well, I spun away another life. Great. Good job, me. Crash 2 also introduced the concept of crystals that we have to collect from each level, which, for the most part, the crystals are directly along the way and going to be pretty hard for us to miss, but not always.
Yeah.
Occasionally, they are easy to miss. This level is one where you could take the wrong path and miss it and have to go back. And there's some other levels where they're right in front of you, but just kind of hard to see sometimes. And very easy to miss as a result.
Well, I didn't realize that until I played this game again. And I was like, where's the crystal? Because, like, I left the level and I didn't realize I just, like, bypassed the crystal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really weird because you get focused and it's if you were to look back at the footage, it's like it was right there, you know, it was right in front of me or something, but you get so focused on the obstacles that sometimes you miss what you needed to collect.
Yeah. So interesting enough, so you were talking about glitch high jumps, and you definitely utilize them in those types of levels right there, right? And I can only get it like one time. So I feel like, is it like a combination of like the timing of like the slide and the spin and the jump? Like, it seems like an interesting formula for that.
I think it's like different. I think they're definitely different in this compared to Insane Trilogy. They seem easier to pull off in NST, probably because, you know, they included them intentionally as opposed to being a glitch. But what I've tried to do is do the spin just a hair after the jump. That seems to have worked better for me, but I don't know.
I got ran over by the boulder, and I was just kind of looking at the camera being like, nope, that didn't happen.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. I keep falling in pits.
That's easy to do, like
Yeah,
in the boulder levels.
Yep. Especially because I keep being dumb and going for neutral slide spins. I shouldn't do it.
It's so tempting.
Just don't go for it. It is. Once you know the speed tech, it's like, oh, I gotta go for it.
When you watch people speedrun this, because like there's a handful of people who speedrun this, because I mean, y'all will be seeing this in SGDQ next week.
Yeah. It's true. Potty's running it.
Yeah, he's very fast at this game. So when you watch his streams and stuff, you're like, oh, like I can slide spin just like that too, yeah. And then you go to play it, you're like, oh, I just ran into a pit.
Yeah. Yeah, these levels in particular are just like, if you don't have it all memorized, it's brutal.
Yeah. I even think I see they like slide just like kind of to the edge of the pit where you don't have to jump over a pit. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that'll happen a lot. That's in NST for some pits as well, if you're going fast enough. If you're using a hop sliding. But yeah, you can just like barely avoid having to actually jump over a pit, which anytime you're not sliding or spinning means time that could be spent, you know, doing something faster. So
Yeah.
that is one of the big reasons they do that. Mm-hmm. All right, looks like we're both moving on to our first boss.
To Ripperoo.
Oops, forgot to skip that cutscene. No, stand, let me up.
I really love Ripperoo's theme in this game because, you know, like you'll see with every boss fight, like with their theme, it's the same one across each game. It's just kind of altered a little bit. And Ripperoo's theme in this game sounds great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, the Ripperoo boss fight, not that interesting.
Well, it was really funny because as a kid, I was like, what do? You just,
Yeah.
you stand here? Is he hurting himself? Like, it's just.
Yeah, we're basically just going to stand in specific spots until Ripperoo blows himself up with nitro and then makes himself vulnerable, and you can go in for the hit.
Yeah. The TNT doesn't do it, the nitro does.
Yeah. You can sneak in some cheeky bounces here and there. If you're really good, you can like bounce on him while he's laying down all the boxes and stuff, but I'm like, I'm not risking that.
Nah. It's just a matter of like, you know, remembering where the patterns are at. That's it.
Yeah, knowing where to stand. I want to say this one's like around here.
Yeah, the last
Oh,
one's...
no, round here.
The last one's tricky.
I thought it was over by F equals MA, but nope, it's over here instead.
Yeah.
Oh, right, and we get the dances. I forgot. Crash 2 has the mandatory dance after every boss.
Yeah. So apparently between Crash 1 and 2, Ripperoo got his doctorate or something like that. Some weird lore. I don't know. That's why he's there with like a bunch of books in a library.
The deep Crash lore.
I think it's his doctorate. Maybe it's his master's, something like that. He went to school and he became mega smart, but then he heard the sound of TNT, and that's why he, you know.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
what
you know,
happened.
I think that does it to everyone. It's just,
Yeah.
sometimes you hear the TNT and it calls to you. Oh, I cannot believe I didn't just die getting that life. That was so greedy of me.
That happened to me in a boulder.
Oh.
That happened to me in a boulder level where I went to go like turn around to get a life, but then the boulder already fell down. So then it smashed right on top of me. It was really funny. It was frustrating but funny.
Yeah. There we go.
Now, I don't know if it's the same here in Crash. Well, actually, no. It is in Crash 2. No, I just totally fell. I did not mean to do that.
What were you going to say about being the same?
So you can like easily fall off of like ledges and stuff here. Like I think in Crash 3, especially like in the future levels, it's kind of like there's like invisible walls, but that's not a thing here in Crash 2 at all.
Yeah.
I've accidentally fell off ledges and it's pretty funny.
Oh, I keep getting killed by these icicles. I'm down to 3 lives.
What? See, I ran off like the Z-axis essentially.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What? How do I? What? All right, I got to take that section safely, I guess.
Yeah.
Super safe. Keep I'm getting very low on lives here.
Yeah, it's really these snow levels can be
You know what?
a little tricky.
I'm going for the real strats. I'm taking a bonus so I can get some lives back.
There you go. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Come on. I like slid right into the like little path of the roller, the little jungle roller. It's pretty great.
Now you all might be thinking, why am I doing this when it's so clearly incredibly slow? Well, the thing is, if I game over at the end of this level, it'll be way slower. So this is actually going to be better.
You have to like redo the whole level and all that stuff essentially too. You know, if you want to, you can get like your 10 free lives from Polar right here if you want.
Oh, I'm totally going to be doing that at some point.
Okay. Well, if you'll do it, I'll do it.
I'm still in the level.
If you're going to do it, then I'll do it too.
That was always going to be in my route. It's like, I totally want those lives.
What is it? It's, you have to, it's like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, you jump on Polar 10 times and get 10 lives.
Yeah.
Although I found out earlier today, make sure you wait until all the lives tick up. Because I had it where it like was ticking up the lives as they were getting added. And it said I had gotten to 13, but some were still counting. And I walked into the next level and I had 10. I was like, what?
Oh, so it didn't like...
It didn't even count the ones that had clicked into the number yet. Yeah.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, it sucked.
They gypped ya.
Yeah.
I fell off. I did not mean to. I feel like Crash moves like he's... I don't know if looser is the correct term. He just... it's like much easier to walk off of stuff. Like he's very easy to control in this game, which is a good thing. But, oh God, it made it so easy for me to walk off a ledge there.
Right. I think part of it, too, is that it's you're using the D-pad, whereas I'm guessing you run NST on analog?
Yes.
At least that's what I do.
I prefer to run... I prefer to do D-pad for any platformer and stuff, right? But then everyone said hop sliding is better with analog.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just get more direct lines to various places. So
yeah, so no, trust me, I'm big on D-pad. Like that's how I played CTR, even Nitro Fuel.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it just feels comfortable. I don't know, just the way I've always gamed growing up, I suppose.
How did I turn around that way? Okay, you know what? We're just gonna take that as a blessing. I'm not sure how I didn't get hit, but we're gonna roll with it. All right. I don't think I died in that one for once.
Nice.
I think I lost like 2 masks along the way, so I should have died. But...
I died once.
All right, Polar.
Are you getting your lives
It's time.
before or after? Are you doing it now? All right,
I'm
do
doing
it too.
it before.
I'll do it now too.
All right, and I'm going to wait until all of them have fully added to the counter. So I'm getting these lives. All right, there we go. I better have all 19.
Better. All right.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
I have 15.
All right.
And of course, with each Crash game, they just like improved the little
Oh yeah.
hog ride, like
The vehicle effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to
The
call
pet.
it.
Yeah.
The animal ride.
Yeah. Polar's definitely better than the hog, and Pura is absolutely better than Polar.
Polar, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's really funny is, you know how you can get that little boost by holding R1?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was a thing until, I don't know, way until after like you beat the game.
Oh no. Yeah, in fact, what you generally want to be doing for speed strats is pressing R1 and then jumping, because you'll get a lot of distance and you won't get locked into like the end of the dash.
Now, what's interesting, and because, you know, this is not a thing in Crash 3. Like in Crash 3, you can hold down R1 or whatever maybe it's L2 or something. I don't know.
I think it's R1.
Whatever input. I always die here. I don't mean to. I die at the nitro crates, and I totally don't mean to. You can just like hold it down indefinitely in Crash 3, but in here it's just like little bursts.
Yeah, that's why you do the dash jump, so that way you can get more bursts in.
Yeah.
It also just lets you have more control, so I do highly recommend like giving it a shot. Yeah, I'm way more a fan of the Pearl levels, even though I think Polar is probably cuter out of the two in NST.
Polar is mega cute. I think Polar is the cuter one.
Yeah, but I do level-wise way prefer the Pearl levels because of just being able to hold that and focus entirely on the platforming.
And just the movement and lines and stuff.
Yeah. Also, you don't have to deal with ice.
True.
And the ice is a nightmare, especially in NST.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop spinning into pits. No. Oh, no.
Gotta love our boulder levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there's only one more after this one.
Well, not really boulder. It's just getting chased by Mama Bear.
Yeah.
The temptation to slide spin is so strong here, but I know I'll definitely run into a pit or run into one of these explosives.
Yeah, see, you have more self-control than I do. Yeah, I'm instead just running into them. Thankfully, the little landmines don't actually hurt you. They just, slow you down so that hopefully the boulder will catch up to you. But sliding into the pit absolutely does hurt you.
Yeah. No getting out of that one.
Yeah.
I fell into a pit.
If simultaneous test there, it sounded like.
It's funny. And I was telling folks this last night, no matter how mad I get at like dying in this game, it's hard to get too mad when especially when you fall into a pit, just because of the sound effects in this game when you die are just too funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually one of the downsides. I don't think either of us was planning on doing it, but in Crash 3, the fastest way to run the game is with the sound effects off.
Yeah.
And I guess we hadn't actually talked about it beforehand, but I figured neither of us was really going to do that.
No, I wasn't going to because,
really,
yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until, of course, I watched people play it because at first I thought, are they running a special version of the game? Is their game broken or something? Is this allowed? But then, yeah, I saw in a chat where it's you save a minute or something?
It's quite a bit, and it is an unfortunate thing about the game because I agree with you. I love all the sound effects and everything. Sound design in the game is just incredible.
Yeah.
But, thankfully, it's one of those things, too, where it's if you don't need to save that minute as you're getting better at a game. You really don't need to care about that kind of thing for a long time. So if you have more fun listening to the sounds of the game, then run it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, they made whole split categories because people didn't want to have to only do the game without sound since it incredibly speeds up the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you basically don't want to start working in those time saves until and this is basically with any speedrun, is you want to learn the important stuff first. You want to learn the routes, the tech and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of base foundation stuff that's good to know right off the bat. And then, you can work in some of those other little things later. I was telling JHobz, and then when I was talking to some NST runners, I was messaging Merkaz lately and all that stuff, they were you don't have to do hop sliding right away.
No, yeah.
Especially, because you stop using it at warp, after warp 3?
After 3, yeah.
Yeah. So, of course it saves tons and tons of time, but, there's other things you can work on first.
It's actually I think it's something like a minute and a half. It's not as much as you would think. That's still a lot in a speedrun for sure. But
of course.
You'd expect something that fast to save a lot more. It saves a lot more in Crash 2 because you can do it in almost every level.
Yeah.
But in Crash 3, you can't do it in all the levels. So since a lot of them, half the levels are vehicle levels.
Oh, I did not mean to body slam, sir. That's really funny. When you do any sort of slide tech, whether it's slide spinning or slide jumping, there's always that risk that you might accidentally body flop. And
yeah.
It's frustrating.
Ground pounding in SM64. Every time you try to long jump, it happens all the time. Even to top runners, they make that mistake sometimes.
Uh-oh.
Like the 16-star world record, I'm pretty sure has an accidental ground pound in it.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Warp 2 wasn't too bad. Moving on to the boss.
The game is pretty fun and not as stressful until you get to Warp 4, in my opinion.
Yeah, Warp 4 and 5 are just so rough.
It's like as soon as I get to like the B levels, I'm just like, boo.
The B levels I'm not as stressed about. For me, it's in Warp 4, it's like the sewer level, and I'm trying to remember what else is in Warp 4, but then Warp 5, the piston levels and the rocket levels, the jetpack levels are just, so brutal.
Now, I don't mind the jetpack levels, but the piston levels definitely stress me out lately.
Yeah, I'm terrible at pretty much all of them but Night Fight in Warp 5.
Now, the best part about the Komodo Brothers fight is Komodo Joe sitting there bouncing back and forth so you see his head bobbling. That's literally my favorite part of this whole fight.
Really?
It's one of my favorite moments in this game, just like the little funny animations like that.
Okay. I actually lost both masks during that fight, but I did get through it. I always forget that the swords like stay in the ground, and so I end up I never get hit by one getting thrown at me. I run into them while they're on the ground.
Oh, you lose a mask if you run into a sword on the ground?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah, you do. And if you do it twice, you lose 2 masks.
Of course.
that's might have been what happened to me.
Oh man.
All right. Wait a little bit here.
Is that the last, is Plant Food the last water level?
I think it might be.
Oh, wait.
No, is Air Crash the last one, or was that in the last? That might have been in the previous work.
That was in the previous one.
Okay. Then yeah, Plant Food might be the last one.
Nice. I also just remembered the ruin levels. I'm not good at those ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that once we get to those levels, I'm just like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ruination.
Road to Ruin has a cool skip for 100%ing in NST, and I imagine they have a similar thing in the OG version as well. That I used to be really bad at, and so I practiced that level a bunch just to practice that skip mostly. And so now that level's not, like the ruins levels are not too bad for me, but they can still be a little rough.
Nice. Well, good. Glad to hear they work out for you now. And oops, I lost a mask. Wait, I forgot you. Oh goodness, I forgot. You can like go right into the whirlpool and then die. Your mask does not save you from that.
Nope.
Aku saves you from a lot of stuff, but I guess
That's true.
I guess that probably counts as like, falling into a pit or something.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's that kind of thing, or like falling into like toxic waste. Back in Crash 1. Oh, sewer later is another kind of annoying sewer level. All the sewer levels I think are just a little rough when you're trying to speed through them, because sometimes you have to round a corner and you can't see what's coming in that direction.
Now, what's funny is, so CTR, I think, was the Crash game that I played the most growing up. Like, it was, Crash 3 and Crash Team Racing. And Sewer Speedway in that game, I remember being like, I did not mean to die. I remember thinking, where did this come from? Like, where's there a sewer level? Because I never really played Crash 2.
Oh.
And I must have not remembered, like, with the whole barrels and all that stuff. But Sewer Speedway is probably like one of my favorite tracks in that game.
Yeah, I never played that much CTR. I definitely played some of it, but I think it was one of those things where like I never owned it, so it was just some friends. It would have been whatever friend owned it whenever I was at their place.
Yeah. CTR was really, really fun. The adventure mode, like I'm all for like really cool like single player experiences with games like that, whether it's like in a fighting game or like a racing game and all that stuff, because there's like, there's a story and all that stuff along with it. It's just really cool. The way they did it in CTR with like the whole overworld and all that stuff, it was just mega fun. The overworld.
Yeah, I agree.
And the boss
I think it's a really neat way to mix it up for a racing game.
Yeah.
Because at the time it was like most things were more like kart racers or just other types of like Need for Speed. I think had some PlayStation 1 titles.
Yeah, like I only ever played like Mario Kart, I believe, because we didn't have an N64 growing up, so we didn't have like Mario Kart 64. So like my experience with like single player racing games were like Grand Prix and time trials and stuff, not like adventure mode. So yeah, CTR, if you've never played OG or Nitro Fueled, or if you haven't like played the single player mode of that, the adventure mode, highly recommend.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, we got through it. I always appreciate when I have a bunch of masks going into some of these levels.
So with sewer or later, like what's the deal with the guy with the flamethrower? Do you really have to wait out his cycle before going through, or do you know if there's something to that to where we can speed that up?
So I waited it out. Every time. I think you probably can do it, but I'm not certain. There's a couple things in this game that I know are like, oh, this would be really nice if you could do this. And the answer is you can if you're using the PAL version.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that is one of them or not, but I know that exists for a few things. In NST, you can get around them, but it's really tricky. You have to like go in specific spots.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a jump there. But yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm not familiar enough with OG to know for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was sitting like with both of these like sewer levels and stuff, or I think there's probably another one. Hanging out I think is the other one. I remember being like, there has to be a way to get by this guy quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, triple masks do not stack.
No, it doesn't reset the timer or anything. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Although at least, again, in this game, it's technically slower.
True. It's just the fact of like, I guess the safety of having that other mask.
Oh, I would get it all the time for our purposes. Like, again, we're talking about safety strats when you're just picking up speedrunning. You don't have to do the fastest thing all the time.
Right.
Oh boy, okay, that was close. All right. Playing bear down a little bit safer than I did the last one, because I've died a few times already. I'm like, Okay.
I'm about to join you there.
Nice.
Yeah. See, back to back yet again.
Yeah, still pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that. And once we get to warp 4 and 5, that's going to be the real...
That's the equalizer.
That's going to be we'll figure out what happens there.
But we both did a pretty good job banking lives here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how many I have. I was expecting to have less than this at this point. So.
Me too. I say that as soon as I died because I took a turn. Like, so like, with the whales jump. So I try to go to I go right on the D-pad earlier than I should, I guess, and then I guess it registers as me hitting the whale. So unfortunate.
Gotcha.
All right, there we go. If I was a little bit more confident in my movement here, I would do the whole R1 with the jumps. I'm just doing little bursts of R1, and I jumped over a checkpoint. So let's hope I don't die between here and the next checkpoint.
That's always the worst.
And if this was a normal level, I would just turn around and go get it. But alas.
All right, I'm hoping for some lives in these boxes. Nope, but enough one prefer to get one, so we'll take that.
Yeah. Yeah, basically just alternating between bursts of R1, and that's basically it.
Yeah, the R1 jumping is a little bit weird at first, but it ends up, for me, it felt like I had more control than when trying to just I don't know, go normally at times. It's weird.
Yeah, like when you're not like sped up or anything like that, it definitely feels like you don't have as much control.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not on the thing. I was just standing on the end goal on the very edge of it. Apparently I hadn't activated it. Wondering why I wasn't warping out. All right,
Well done.
off to Unbearable.
Oh no. I'll probably end up losing a lot of lives there.
Or Ruination wasn't too bad for me, but yeah, Unbearable. I'm probably gonna. Oh, I was about to do exactly what I was gonna say and slide into a pit. Oh, there it is. Didn't take that much longer.
So did you do the skip in Road to Ruin or something that you said?
Oh no, so that's for our purposes. That won't be useful. It's only for 100%ing.
Okay. Oh, you got through Road to Ruin quick.
But that was, yeah. I that one I don't. I think I died once pretty quickly, like right at the beginning. But then after that, I think it went pretty well.
All right. I will try to not die here.
I think that one also like has. Oh man, I'm down a bunch at the start of this one. It has a lot of like straightaways that work. The timing works out pretty well for just doing neutral slide spins, so it worked out for me. It was the kind of thing where if there was like one hit somewhere where I wasn't expecting, I would have died like 6 times. So trying to do it like I'm doing now on Unbearable.
Yeah, since I wouldn't say not as confident at the Ruin levels, so I'm taking them a little bit slower.
I think that's totally fair.
Because, yeah, I know I'm probably going to end up losing. Oops, sorry, I meant to slide that. Some enemies in these games, you have to only slide. You can't just, like, spin them or jump on them and all that stuff. Those walking lizards being one of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, so far I have yet to hit a checkpoint. Oh.
Did you get one?
Still have not hit a checkpoint. No.
Maybe I'll catch up.
Yeah, no, sorry. That was the sounds of joy from hitting the checkpoint.
I will try to catch up.
Yeah, I'm definitely giving you a huge opportunity on this level, so let's see. All right, we're gonna take it slow over that pit so don't die there again. The first checkpoint's pretty far in this one. Okay. No, I want that life. Oh, well, now it's just gonna equal out.
All right. Gonna join you in the Big Bear level.
Oh, yeah, you could totally catch up.
All right.
I'm still only at the first checkpoint, so.
All right, folks. I'm trying to catch up. We may make it.
Yeah, any level that I can think I'm better at the game than I am and die a bunch trying to do speed tech is always my downfall in pretty much every one of these races. That, like, even when Keys and I are doing it. Okay, there's another trick. Good.
Oh no! I tried to do the slide spinning there too. Oops.
That is such a weird spot for 2 checkpoints in a row to be. There was like almost nothing to even die to there. I want that life. Okay, well, we're not going back for it.
No, you can't. You'll probably get squished.
Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again. Okay. Oh, jump. All right. Oh, I'm past the barrier. I disagree. Disagree, video game.
All right. First checkpoint. Oh, actually, no. I definitely died here a lot last night, so I could see why the same thing here happened to you.
Well, I was dying before the first checkpoint for most of it, so if you already hit the first one, then that's good. You already got like a ton of time saved back. Really, I'm just dying everywhere in this level. I think I came in with about 20 lives. I'm at 10 now.
Uh-oh.
And I've picked some up along the way, too, so.
Did you do the bonus already?
No, I went past it. I decided not to do it or anything.
Now, one thing that makes me sad about this level, well, so you got those little lizards going in the front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mama Bear just like stomps on them. She squishes them.
Yeah. Unbearable, the great equalizer. I can't stop trying to go fast and getting killed for it.
Are you on
Yeah,
polar?
you're ahead of me.
Oh my god,
No.
did we really catch up?
Yeah, you passed me.
Well, that's interesting. We'll try our best. No, like, real talk, like, oh no, I ran into electric thing. Uh-oh, you may catch.
You're fine for now. I'm still dying over here.
No, it's like it's so tempting. Hang on. It's so tempting to do speed tech, especially when you know you can, like you're capable of doing it, and you know the spots to do it at, right? So.
Well, there's the second part of that is the problem.
Well,
I definitely don't know where to do it.
But when you're practicing it, so that's good.
Sure, yeah.
Getting the awareness type thing.
I'm learning where I should be doing it, and the answer for me, realistically, right now is never. It's nowhere should I be doing it. But
honestly, if it makes you feel better, sometimes I have a really hard time with Tiny. So.
Okay.
Because he's RNG.
Although I get that, I do that too.
He's RNG, especially that third cycle there for him. So.
Yeah, the third one can be rough. Sometimes you just gotta keep like going around and around. No, I pressed jump. Man, I'm glad I banked those lives. I'm down to 4, but I am at least on polar now.
Shoot. Good.
Jump. Okay.
Shoot. Yeah. My tiny RNG, not too hot.
Okay. We're leaving this. I was really worried I was about to like get all the way to game overing in this level.
Oh no.
Ooh. But no, we're leaving it. We're good. Yes, for anybody who thought maybe it was a bad idea to bank the lives earlier, clearly it paid off.
Yeah, no, keeping those lives is always a good idea. Especially
would have been way slower to take a game over.
Wait, no. I just totally belly flopped instead of slide spinning. Oh my god, slide jumping.
No.
Yeah, this is you might pass me.
We'll see. I just got my first hit on him.
Well, I would have had my last one, but I was so far away from the green platform on the last hit that I couldn't even make it. Shoot.
Yeah, the glitch high jump is really helpful in this one as well, being able to just like completely clear over a gap if you need to.
Yeah, I
think I got really lucky. Oh, wait, but I got to be able to jump there? Okay, I got very good like RNG. I got
did you beat him?
Lucky, so I'm past him. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, like sometimes I get really lucky with this fight and other times I just don't.
Yeah, in the third phase, it was just like the path I was already taking. It was just like, here's a red one for free. So I got really lucky.
With the last one, it was literally like on the opposite side. I was like, I can't make that.
Mm-hmm. See, now the thing is, though, I'm in Warp 4 with like 4 lives. I think you're going to have quite a few more than that on me. So, oh, geez, 3 lives.
Fun.
So that might, I might end up having to take the time lost from a game over. Might even things back out. We'll see. Oh, stupid scrub and bubbles. Knocking me into it.
Okay.
That's what I always think of when I see those enemies.
Oh, yeah. Was it the one that just like went right for you? Like there's the beginning?
Yeah.
Those always trip me up.
I don't even think it got me. It was like I knocked it into a barrel and the barrel killed me.
Oh no, and they explode.
Yeah.
All right, I'm finally leaving Tiny. So.
Okay, you're not far behind at all because I'm still at the beginning of this level.
That was a nice little rubber band though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure folks at home saw us just like wildly different RNG with that Tiny boss fight. I guess you can kind of anticipate. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think, I mean, at a high level, I'm sure they can just like, it doesn't matter where it is exactly. Like they'll be able to get the hit every time, but I totally agree that it's rough to get that third phase, especially sometimes.
Yeah.
If you just get a bad pattern. I got it, probably the luckiest pattern I could have gotten.
No,
it was pretty ideal.
That totally happened, so it's okay. I would take it. Just take it.
Yeah.
Now, the trick with this, the tricky thing with this level are these guys kind of like crawling at the top because you can't spin them away, right? Or can you?
No, you got to dodge them.
Yeah, so kind of seeing their cycle and anticipating that, you know, we'll kind of judge it if you take that fast or slow or something like that.
Thankfully, your movement speed on the like monkey bars thing is way better in this than in NST. It's very slow in NST.
It seems pretty fast. Hey, life, I'll take that. I don't mind if I turned around for that.
Yeah, I'm kind of, you know what? I'm going to go to this bonus.
Ooh.
I'm doing bonus strats again because
JHobz doesn't want a game over,
like
folks.
My health. Yeah, I really don't want to. I want to see if I can get through this without game overing.
Got that guy who was chasing me. Some of those ones are so fast on the monkey bars. The grid, whatever you want to call it, the grate.
I call it monkey bars. I'm cool with that.
Oh, to be like...
picked up a few extra.
I was going to say, oh, I did not mean to hit Nitro.
Oh, man, I think I let you get just ahead of me by doing that.
No, I just died.
Oh, well.
We'll probably around the same time, though. Because, yeah, I didn't jump far enough for that mouse enemy.
I just finished the level, so you're very close to the end.
Oh, yeah. Here at the eels. Actually, hang on.
Like we said, Warp 4.
Wait!
This.
The platform sinks?
Oh, it does if you're on there long enough, yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. My bad.
Yeah, it's totally understandable because usually you're off of it quickly enough that you don't see it sink very often. But if you get a really bad cycle,
yeah, I was like, oh, I'll take my time, I suppose. Like,
yeah.
I'll play this one safe, and then I totally forgot it sunk.
Oh, okay, that enemy moves in a random pattern, I believe. So I had to kind of avoid that.
I didn't even realize it sank.
Yeah. No, I remember the first time that happened to me, so I totally understand that because you just like never see it happen.
Yeah.
Until the one time it kills you, and then.
I mean,
yeah.
Because sometimes you can anticipate these in levels where it's like, oh, you see this platform going up and down, or oh, you get on this platform and it like wiggles a little bit like to the bottom, so you know it's eventually gonna sink. But no, this one, it's just floating there.
Yeah.
So that was totally my fault.
That one's just mean.
Yeah, props to people who do that neutral slide spin thing because, oh goodness, like just me trying to get the lines here. You know, I wouldn't say it's like a huge struggle, but it's like, you know, it's a learning curve, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, trying to do it where you're actually going the direction you want to all the time is pretty hard. Well, I thought that gate was going to stay down for longer, but that's fine.
Oops.
Thankfully, we had a mask. Oh, mask can't save you from a pit, though.
It cannot. As much as we like to think it does.
Yeah, that one was right after checkpoint, though, so that's nice.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Now, this level is not too bad. It's the other one that is scary, the behaving.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be pretty rough. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not, thankfully, as worried about these as the rest of the levels in this warp, just because they're so open. Well, you know, I just got killed by the bee, so maybe I should just stop talking.
That death animation is so good, though.
It is, but, you know, long.
It's very long.
Speed.
Yeah.
Game's gonna keep putting me in my place because I started talking smack about this level. Oh, that was close. All right. Thankfully, you can spin the bees away, so it's...
I didn't realize you can do that.
helpful.
I thought you had to beat them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that impression of it too. And it's still hard when there's, in the next level, when there's a bunch of them in a row, it can be hard to actually spin all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can spin them, thankfully.
Yeah, and then here on the brown patches of dirt here, you can go underground, and I was definitely utilizing that in that level and digging it. Oh, wait, behaving. Yeah, I definitely utilized that because I don't trust myself.
Yeah, I there's like one section where I do as well at the near the end because it's just like it just gets too brutal otherwise. Okay, now I know that there's a couple lives here, so I'm gonna. Oh, maybe I guess it's random. Okay, well at least I got one out of it.
This level is a lot longer than I remember.
Yeah, I think that is the other thing about them that makes them a tiny bit difficult is like the fact that they're so long.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I fell into a bonus, so you know we might as well.
Oh yeah, the ones in the snow levels you can just drop right in.
Yeah, might as well get a few more lives.
Now that this level here, Cold Hard Crash, is definitely not my favorite snow level.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Thankfully, we're not having to 100% because it gets so much worse than you have to like. When you're 100%, it's like you have to get all the way to the end of a death route and then backtrack, and it's like, oh, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait on this TNT. I don't feel like dying.
And of course, ice. Ow.
This way, please.
I'm trying to think, is there ice in Crash 3?
fast.
I don't think so, yeah?
There's oil in the like temple levels.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Those
So
aren't
the
that
oil
bad.
it acts the same kind of way, more or less, but they're generally not in really bad spots, so.
Yeah, I wish I could just like breeze right by these icicles, but can't. I mean, you probably
Yeah, I
can,
think
but I think at the beginning stages of a speed run, it's like, yeah.
For sure. You can with the neutral, but in this one, it went pretty well for me, but in one of the earlier snow levels, I died a bunch of times trying to go past them quickly, so it's kind of been a wash for me over the course of this run. I am glad I didn't lose my mask. Thought I would there.
Sorry, I'm quiet because like I know if I don't pay attention, easily can die.
We're so going to end up, there's going to be a lot more quieting down from us in these two warp rooms because things just get so difficult here.
Yeah. No, hedgehog, no.
I'm just going to wait on that real quick. Just have a life? Nope. Okay.
Do-do-do.
How about you? Nope.
Such a great soundtrack, though. Shoutouts
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I never knew how to pronounce his last name because he did the soundtrack for like a lot, like Rugrats and all that sort of stuff too. Mark Mothersbaugh, is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Mothersbaugh.
Mother's Ball, yeah. I didn't know he did the soundtrack for this.
Yeah, he did the theme song for that. I mean, he was in what, Devo?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did music for Rugrats. I think for a lot of those Klasky, Supo, Nickelodeon shows and stuff like that. But
Yeah, he did. He's done some movie scores as well. Like, I believe he did Thor Ragnarok, I think.
really?
I think so. I'm
lose my
not
mask.
entirely certain about that, but pretty sure. Oh,
I will have to
thought I
check
beat
that out.
All right, so Road to Ruin, second of the Ruin levels, definitely a little bit more difficult, and I'm dead.
Ruination?
Oh, you're right, Ruination. I get them mixed up which one's which.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna wait here on this cycle because That flame extends a lot further than it looks. Even it looks like you can kind of like jump around the side of it, but you actually can't. Or well, again, I can't. Maybe somebody can. Or maybe you could jump like over it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I need to wait on it.
All right. Goodbye, cold hard crash.
Nice. Yeah, it's still very close because I only just hit the first checkpoint.
Nice.
Here. Okay, there's a mask up here, so we're gonna grab that. We're not gonna hit the troll metal box. Ah, yeah, see that flame extends super far. Would have really preferred to keep that mask, but oh well.
You know what's cool is how you can see like the islands in the background. I jumped!
Oh, jeez. I don't think I've ever noticed that. I don't think I've ever
Really?
looked at the background. Yeah, that's great. That's super cool. I'm always too focused on the platforms in front of me.
Yeah, I think, well, I jumped! Didn't jump far enough. Jesus.
Game's disagreeing with you a lot today. Oh, jeez. And me. Actually, no, that one I don't disagree with the game. I deserve that.
Nitros are so scary. Oh my god, that sunk. I didn't realize those platforms sunk. Okay, I need to be serious here. I'm not throwing. Uh-oh.
No! Didn't beat the cycle. What did I say earlier about if you know you're late to the cycle, don't go for it?
I jumped.
I need to listen to my own advice.
Yeah.
All right, wait on this fire cycle. Just play it safe. Man, I keep dying right before a checkpoint, and then I'll die like 6 more times right before that, like before I finally get the checkpoint. All right, now we have this kind of annoying section. I'm gonna play this super safe.
I think the game...
You can jump out to these, but I don't want to chance it. Oh, all right. I was facing the other direction. I didn't spin myself around before I started sliding.
Took me forever to get to the second checkpoint because I kept dying to a stupid part.
They're hard, that's for sure.
You know how you kind of like get in this weird mental funk where it's just like, I keep dying at the same spot?
Oh yeah.
Type thing.
What are your usual ways to get yourself out of those situations when you're speedrunning?
It's probably bad. I kind of just like brute force my way through it, or I just take it slower after a little bit. Okay, after maybe like a few more deaths or whatever, or failing it, I'm just like, okay, I'll just take this mega slow.
That's one way of doing it. I was saying earlier in the stream that like my method is often like, okay, well, first of all, I'll also just try to brute force it a lot of time and end up wasting more time and dying more because I'm stubborn. But what usually ends up working is me just literally like taking my hands off the controller for 2 seconds or something like that, or just standing still for 1 or 2 seconds, and that'll end up saving me more time in the long run because it'll help get me out of it.
Yeah, that's good. I should try that because like, I don't know, when you're in game mode, I just fell.
Yeah, well, it's hard because it's like you don't want to stop doing something in a speedrun. Like that makes no sense, you know? Why would I stand still in a speedrun? I need to always be moving, but sometimes it can help.
I did a thing where I meant to slide or whatever, and then I just ended up belly flopping.
Going back for that life. Oh man. Well, I lost the mask for it.
I'm just gonna take that part slow. Okay.
Okay, all right.
I fell.
We are coming up.
No,
We're coming up soon on the end of our hour. So I don't think either of us going to quite beat the game, but we're going to make it to like close to warp 5, if not maybe into it. Oh, barely touched that.
Okay. Goodness. I hate these moving, rotating pillars in Ruin Nation.
Oh, yeah. No, those suck. That's definitely the worst part.
Yeah. Okay. I'm right at the end, though, because of you got the fake Donkey Kong here throwing logs.
Yeah.
They throw them so fast, though. So.
We're playing this safe. We're getting in the ground. I did not feel like dying there. Oh, lagged the console. All right. All right.
Well,
Less than 60 seconds, so I'm going to be in the boss. But sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, since we got 60 seconds, I just left Ruination. I won't finish the last level, so what I was going to say. Do we
still pretty close. I mean, you might as well start it, just see how far
Okay, sounds good.
you get into it. I probably won't beat this boss fight either because I'm terrible at the engine boss fight.
Well, it's like there's the
hate
delay
this one.
on throwing the Wumpa fruit.
Yeah. I always say the engine boss fight in Crash 3 is just this same fight but done well.
Much
But it's
better.
actually good. Yeah.
And it actually makes me very sad that you skipped that fight in NST.
Yeah,
any
but it is
percent.
nice because it would be one of the longest ones. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're coming up at the end, and I think that just about does it. So, I'll just go ahead and pause here in the boss. And
Neato.
yeah, we got pretty far. I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy with that. Like almost Warp 5 because you're on the
Yeah.
last level of Warp 4. I'm just barely past that. I'm on the boss Warp 4.
Yeah,
that
that
one
was-
was very close.
That one went much better.
Yeah, back and forth a lot of the way too. That was great.
That was good.
At Warp, what was it, Warp 2 or Warp 3 where we were really going back and forth?
I think it was 3. The one with Unbearable.
Yeah. So 3, yeah. That was really good. But now, Mar, it's time for best game.
Yes.
It's time for the best one.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna take a quick break, everybody, and then we're gonna be back here. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna be back with Crash 3. We're gonna see who can get the furthest in an hour in that. And I'm really curious about this one because I barely touched Crash 3 on OG in my little warm up and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also the one I have a ton of experience in HD. But Mar has been derusting the HD version recently, ran some of OG originally. So this is going to be interesting. I'm excited. I don't know.
This will be fun.
It'll be a great one. So don't forget, everybody, if you are watching us on YouTube right now, hey, there's not going to be a break. We don't have the breaks on YouTube. You can subscribe at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick so that you can catch all the VODs for the shows about 24 hours or so after they air. But if you want to come chat with folks as we do these shows live, then you can go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick and follow us there as well. And don't forget, most of the shows start 7 p.m. Eastern every weekday and 1 p.m. Eastern on the weekends. Of course, we got Summer Games Done Quick coming up starting this weekend, so only a few more Hotfix shows this week. But yeah, we got another show after this actually, and we're not going to have anything on Friday or Saturday. I didn't even realize because we're all getting ready for SGDQ. So be sure to stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to the first step here on GDQ Hotfix. I'm JHobz. I'm still joined by Marphoria because we got one more game to go. One more beautiful, lovely, awesome, fantastic video game. It's Crash 3. So why is Crash 3 your favorite, Mar?
It was it was like the PS1 game that I played the most of as a kid. Well, that and CTR. I played that so much as a kid. And Crash 3, I think, was one of the first games I sat down and I was like, I'm going to try to beat this in one sitting. And, granted, I was 12 years old at the time and stuff. So I didn't know that, that was basically speedrunning. But of course, at the time, it took me 5 hours or something to beat it. So
Gotta
it's just
start somewhere.
it's just such a great nostalgic game for me. So I don't know what else to say. It's just really fun and awesome and just a childhood favorite that just has never gone away.
Oh, yeah. Can't agree more. It's fantastic. But we're going to jump into this one in just a second. But I want to remind everybody that we got another show coming up after this one tonight. It's How to Train a Speedrunner with Church and Sarge. So please be sure to stick around after we are done here for that show. And also, don't forget, Summer Games Done Quick is coming up. It is just a few days away. Starts this Sunday, June 26th, and goes until July 3rd. So please be sure to check it out. Streamed here on twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. You can go to GamesDoneQuick.com for more information, including where you can see the event schedule or some of the incentives that you'll be able to donate for. That being said, I think we're pretty much ready to go here. So, Mar, you good to go? You ready to play the best one?
Yeah, waiting. Like, can't remember if you can skip this. Okay, all right. Whew. All right. Since I counted down Crash 2, it's time for you to count down Crash 3.
Okay. Then let's start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool.
Okay, warped. Yay.
Yay. So you
now,
asked.
the thing is, sorry, you go ahead. You go first.
I was going to say, you asked me why this was my favorite game. Why is it your favorite?
I think for me, it's like, it definitely has the most nostalgia for me because I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I didn't get a console until PS2. So I actually have a warm place for Wrath of Cortex in my heart as well. But as bad as it is. But no, it's not. It's fine. But the thing is that, like, my friend, okay, and I already died. My friend had Crash 3, and we played it a ton. I just remember playing it a ton at her house and having a lot of fun with it. So that is one reason. And then another was just like when I started speedrunning and picking these games up, it was just, I don't know, the fact that it has so many different types of movement tech, because all of the different vehicle levels all have their own ways of going fast and everything. That just really appealed to me, having that big variety. So yeah, I think that was it was just another really good, it's a good game. It's a really good game.
I'm trying to remember, like, when was the first time I played it? Because, like, I definitely played it, you know, like, it was either in 99 or 2000, something like that. But all I remember is that we did have a PS1. Like, my brother played OG Resident Evil 1 a lot. I was too scared to play it at the time, so I just watched it. So I played Crash 3 and CTR. I don't know. It's just, never played anything like it. It was just really, actually, I think we rented it first from, like, Hollywood Video, if you remember those.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah. So we rented it from Hollywood Video and tried our hardest to, like, beat it. And I think the farthest we got was to Warp 4. And then, of course, you're like, hey, I got to buy this game now.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I kind of, at times I miss video game rentals. At other times I don't, because I remember SSX Tricky SSX 3 just freezing on me over and over because they only had the one copy that they kept renting out to me at the store, and it was always scratched, so it was freeze. But it was really cool to get to try out a bunch of different games. All right, so I started with Under Pressure because that feels the most different to me. Like, the underwater sections feel the most different to me out of all of the levels, like the types of levels in between OG and NST. And I'm way too used to NST, so I totally mess it up over and over.
Well, there's no out of bounds in there.
I just wanted to get that out of the way. Well, to be fair, I never learned the out of bounds. That was after I stopped running. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do blind movement.
Well, so funny enough,
not being very good at it.
When I came back to practicing the game, that was like one of the first things I started learning, even though I'm really bad at blind movement. But you just see everyone do it, and you're like, I want to try that. You know, so I can get out of bounds, and then I can't get the crystal. I always warp out, which is unfortunate. In terms of route, I have no idea what I'm following, except as soon as I go into the warp room, I just go straight for whatever the middle one is. Because I remember when I ran NST back in 2018, I remember Orient Express was the first one that you did first. That was like way back then, so I know it's totally different now. Everyone goes into Under Pressure first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about OG to know how they handle the routes. My goal is to just like, okay. I thought I was gonna be able to sneak by that. That's different. My goal was just gonna be to try to like have triple masks in spots that I think I might want them. And that's how I'm gonna do my routing for these warps. Or if I like try to get harder levels out of the way first. I think it's actually very likely that I might game over in this game, even though I've yet to do it.
You'll be
tonight.
fine.
I think I'm already down to like 1 life. Because the thing is, just once you're so used to a thing, and then you're playing something that's almost that thing, but just a little different.
Yeah.
It's really easy to get a little bit overconfident and go too fast, and that's what's been happening to me here. So just slow it down a touch here and there.
Yeah. Now, I would assume, were you doing like X and circle for the movement and under pressure?
X and square, but yeah.
Square, sorry. Whatever spin is.
Yeah.
You're right. Were you doing that? Because I know that's definitely what you do in NST.
Yes, I was doing that. I think that's what you do in OG as well. I'm
So,
not entirely certain, though.
I was going to ask your opinion. Oh my God, I hate these pufferfish. I was going to ask your opinion because I'm just doing X, which is, just the double kick or whatever. And that feels faster for some reason, but I don't know if that's just me.
I think alternating spin and kick is faster, or maybe mashing them entirely. I'm not certain, but I think it is something like that still.
Yeah.
Right, so now I'm in the Pura level as well.
Nice.
Just to give you a reference. That's where I'm going next.
I'm going into Boneyard.
And now the other thing, the tricky thing about this is that in Orient Express and Midnight Run, you want to jump as much as possible, but in NST you want to not jump as much as possible.
I've noticed.
So it's very tricky for me to wrap my head around, but I thankfully know these level layouts pretty well. So
oh no, I just belly flopped into the lava. Stop.
didn't land up there, but I'll take it.
You were talking about how like neutral slides and slide spins and slide jumps are like where it's at. And I'm trying to do so anytime I play this, I usually do just like the slide jump, but like doing the neutral, just like something about that doesn't connect in my head just yet.
Yeah, it's a little tricky for sure. I think stuff like whenever you end up in a 2D section can be a good time to do it, because that you don't have to focus on like also moving, It's pretty handy. But yeah, it can be pretty tricky, but I'm going to be trying to do neutral slide jumps whenever I can.
Nice.
Because that is the trick here for Crash 3. Another habit that I have a hard time breaking out of is in NST, it's really slow to bounce on things, like pretty much ever. But that's not really the case in the OG. But I'm so instinctively, I will like land and spin, or I'll like spin through a box rather than bouncing on it, and I got to try to fight that urge.
Stop. Yeah, see, this level is way less anxiety-inducing than freaking Unbearable.
Yeah.
And there's less pits to fall into. Rather, we don't have to worry about falling into pits. You just have to worry about lava. And if you have a mask, you're fine.
Yep.
Oh, so you're doing zigzagging too with your slide jumps?
I'm not. I probably should be.
Oh, I thought I looked over and I thought
because it's neutral.
I
Yeah,
looked
I don't know
over
how
and I
that
thought.
Oh.
My bad.
Yeah, no, it was probably just me positioning. All right, I'm moving on to my last one of the warp.
Oh, did you do Making Waves already?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was gonna add.
Making
I
Waves.
just entered that. So I was gonna say, how do you feel about the jet ski in OG compared to NST?
I definitely like the NST one more. I feel like I have a little more control and stuff until you have to turn around. Once you have to turn around, then you cry about being in the HD version and you wish you were in OG.
So, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like your movement is, well, I wouldn't say faster, but it doesn't, for some reason, in NST, it feels slow. And that's probably just my perception or whatever. And then, people say, that's why you like, wiggle or something in there, right?
Yeah, you do kind of like wiggling left and right.
And that feels faster than just default going, right?
I think the other thing is just a lot of it is down to personal preference and what you're used to. A lot of people, like some people think that OGs feels better, and other people think NSTs feels better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like the feel of how the jet ski feels in OG, and but yeah, It was interesting. Cool perspectives.
All right, so I was able to get my first triple mask there.
Nice.
Which I was hoping for, because then I can just go right over the lava pits and not have to worry about them. Also, triple mask, like neutral slide jumping is just really fast.
Yeah, it is, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into tiny. Unfortunately, we cannot skip this.
Yeah, I know, no gate clip.
Nope.
Oh, well, okay, that's
now,
fine.
would you say if someone were to run NST, they should do gate clips and stuff like that? Because, yeah, that's been a journey.
Oh, yeah. So the thing about gate clips, so for anybody who's not familiar with what we're talking about, in the HD version of this game, you can actually, you can get into any of the warp zones without needing to actually get the 5 crystals and beat the boss. And the reason that's you don't just warp you don't go straight to the last warp zone and then just like beat Cortex is that it's you still need all the crystals to spawn the bosses. But what you do is you actually skip Tiny and Engine. You skip both their fights by using that trick to get into one of the other warp gates after you've already collected all the crystals from it. And I would say that new people should totally learn that, just because it's like, it saves so much time. The first fight especially is really boring. The second one's a lot more fun, but it's also still pretty long. But the thing is that trick on PC, which is what most people run on, is you have to do it in the dark. You can't actually see what you're doing.
Yeah.
However, there is a method to do it where you can see what you're doing that's just slower. And I think people should start with that version and learn it that way, because it's significantly easier to do it when you can see what you're doing, and then move on to doing it the way where you can't see what you're doing much later, when you have to worry about those few seconds.
That's good to know. Because I know they made it easier a little bit by having like a keybind for that to do the gate clip. But yeah, still a work in progress.
Yeah, right. It's definitely tricky.
All right, I'm going into Hog Ride because, again, I have no concept of route in this game. I do have double mask, so maybe I should go to Hang 'em High next.
Yeah, if you're able to hold on to those, absolutely do that. I decided to go to G-Wiz because I had 1 mask, and I knew I could get triple
2.
here.
Yeah.
And if I could actually move with it. Yeah, you could tell we're both much more familiar with this game when we're skipping checkpoints and stuff like that. Which I wasn't actually doing it under pressure, because I was that like scared of how different the mechanics were for me that I actually was still collecting the checkpoints.
Oh no.
That hurt.
Oh my god, I like barely got that. I was gonna have to be so mad if I had to do that level again because I missed a boost pad. Whew, goodness. Maybe I should do G-Wiz next. I have no idea. It's all the way over there. I was gonna do that next, so we'll do that.
Yeah, if you have 2 masks, Hang 'em High is not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I have no idea if in OG. Do you know if the monkey bars are faster with triple mask?
They seem pretty fast, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. I could have had a second triple mask for G-Wiz, but fortunately I got hit once. But at least I still have 2, so now I can go into Hang 'em High.
I love how the wizards in triple mask, they just stand there. They just give up.
I don't think I noticed that before. That's great.
They stop casting, yeah.
I'm so used to just like slide spinning or whatever their projectiles, so that I don't really notice anyways. Oh, well, I lost one of the masks. Great.
Yeah. Next time you play this game, they might do it in NST as well. But yeah, just if you're in triple mask in here and just look at the wizards, they'll just like stop casting. It's like,
that's pretty great.
It's probably like, well, I'm about to die, so oh well.
Yeah, like what are they gonna do? Oh, okay. I didn't think I was making that jump for a second. still kind of want a few lives because I feel like I can make enough mistakes to where they're relevant.
It'll be fine. If anything, we end up banking a lot of lives in these Pura levels.
That's true. Yeah, I definitely was trying to pick them up a lot there.
Yeah. It's interesting because like, so we did Crash 1 and 2 kind of linear, in a linear path. And this one, you know, we're kind of doing our own. So it'll be interesting to see like where we end up because I can't really gauge where we're at unless I guess it depends on how many
Until
levels.
we get to the bosses, yeah.
I guess that's how we can tell how far we are apart.
I unfortunately died right before a checkpoint, which was also not far from the end to begin with.
Hate that.
Yeah, fell in a pit. That's okay.
Now it's interesting because I never really watched 105% runs until like this year, and it's cool how you can get the gold gem, like right there at the
from
end.
Here.
Yeah. And
that one in the background there for anybody who saw it.
Yeah, you can get it at the end of the level, but it seems really tricky to get it. Like, seems like big time loss if you miss it.
Yeah, it definitely seems really hard. I know we've tried a bunch of stuff in NST to try to more or less replicate that. Okay, yeah, triple mask on monkey bars is way faster.
Yeah.
That was, very, very fast. Well, since I have no masks anyways, let's just go in here.
Is it the same on NST you said or no?
For
the monkey bars?
triple mask thing?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, NST's way faster with them. Okay. Oh!
Whoa, I almost fell off.
I slammed myself into the wall. Stop shaking your head disappointingly, Coco. We get it.
Oh, wait, did you die in Midnight Run?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, NST has some pretty generous forgiveness if you like are at the bottom of a wall, and I usually tend to abuse that. So,
did you do Tomb Time yet?
No, that'll be my last level.
Okay, so we're probably on the same par in terms of levels.
Oh, jeez. I missed the first checkpoint and I died 2 feet to the left of the second one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think is Tomb Time your last one, or do you have one more?
I have Midnight Run after this.
Okay. Yeah, so you're probably a little ahead because I think Midnight Run is a shorter level. I think. Or, well, I guess we have the same levels, so I guess we'll know what the end is.
I have the temptation to like cut corners because you know how you can just like slide and like cut a corner essentially to take a better line, or not even use exclamation point boxes. But in my practice, I was like trying to do stuff like that and being reckless with it. And I'm like, yeah, I should probably play it safe.
Yeah, I'm going to probably do some of that, but I'm totally going to take it safer than I know is possible.
Yeah. Just because like I found it's really easy to like overshoot, especially if you're holding down D-pad. You end up going further than you think you would. So I think it's just getting used to getting that distance, you know? Oh, I missed that cycle. That's unfortunate.
I'm going to die again. No, I'm not. Yes. Oh, thank God. I got to the checkpoint this time.
Clutch.
I didn't think I'd die in Orient Express or Midnight Run. But here we are.
Oof, I thought I was going to get smushed, but I got burnt. Okay, it's fine.
Probably doesn't help that I've been trying to like jump into life boxes and stuff like that. I think that has caused some of these deaths. All right, there's a way. I don't know if you can do it in both Pura levels or if it's only in the first one, but there is a way to actually skip that little cuddle animation at the end. Saves a lot of time. Yeah. In OG. Yeah, it saves quite a bit of time. So pretty cool. I have no idea how to do it. So, all right, I'm entering Tomb Time, and you're entering. Yeah, wow, we're pretty close.
This is good. This is fine. Now, it's really easy to like be overconfident at a level like Orient Express or Midnight Run, just because, you know, I don't know. It's like, I don't know about you, but as a kid, this was like these were the levels I played the most, even just casually after beating the game, just because they were so fun to go through fast and like get all the boxes and stuff. So,
yeah. Well, and I think for me too, it's like they're in a speed run. I'm just so used to like hold boost the whole way for them, and so it's it's not quite the same game. But I feel like I should be able to do that even though I haven't practiced lately or anything like that.
No, I totally get that. Sorry, I was taking some of these a little bit slow because I'm not trying to die.
All right, I'm gonna go get this. Oh, geez. Okay, well, there go the masks.
Did you fall into a pit?
Yeah. I jumped across a pit to go get a mask and then died coming back. Okay, well, I ended up net back at one mask, so whatever.
Well, I have no masks right now. But it's okay.
We're going to play this all very safe. I'm sure you can do this way better. But this is not the same version of the game I know, so I will totally just fall into muscle memory and mess up. So I'm just going to play it safe.
Yeah, this must be totally jarring for you.
A little bit. It's a weird thing where it's like, maybe it helps that I'm a little rusty. I don't know.
Yeah.
I say a little rusty. I'm very rusty.
I'm going into Dingo Dial.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just leaving the level, so
But I'm going to try to do the glitch high jumps because you can do that here.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm totally doing that, too. Oh, did I have another level? Did I forget about a level? I bet I did a level and didn't get the... Oh, wait, no, I forgot about Hog Ride. Oh, you're a whole level ahead. I straight up forgot about Hog Ride. I meant to do that after Midnight Run. That's why I forgot. Oh, geez. At least this is a pretty short level. I think this is like one of the shortest in the warp room, probably. Man, your control on the bike, you just have so much more. It's so, like, these are so much easier in OG compared to NST.
Does he always do the dance at Dingo Dial? Rip.
Yeah, I think he does the dance after the bosses. Wait, did you not pick up the double jump power up?
I did.
Oh, that's right. I forgot it moves to the bottom of the screen. I glanced over and I saw it. I was like, oh, you didn't get the power up.
I don't think it, I definitely have it. It doesn't let you go through without it.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, I didn't know you could do that.
No, it makes you, it will not let you, the warp, the portal won't pop up unless you pick it up.
Yeah. It was just one of those, like, glance to the corner of my eye, saw the symbol there while you were getting sucked in the portal, and I forgot that, like, in OG, it moves to the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, no mask going into high time, but oh well. And it sucks. I know I'm going to have to take this a little bit slow just because, like, some of the cycles later on in the level, I'm, like, not as confident on, so... I could have made that.
Oh, I didn't get all the way in there. Come on, do the glitch high. There we go.
It's so tempting to try and, like, jump over the fire with your double jump, and it totally doesn't work. You think it would, and you would hope it would, but it totally doesn't. Very unfortunate.
Ugh. I haven't used a PS2 controller in a while. I keep, like part of me, I've got like a red spot on my hand from gripping this controller differently. It's, it's funny.
So, what's your PC controller of choice?
I go with a PS5 controller nowadays, so
nice.
Same layout at least. I do enjoy the DualShock 4 a lot as well. I used that with back paddles for a while.
Nice.
Let's go with, you know what? Let's go with high time. That sounds good enough.
Yeah, I've always used DualShock 4 with the PC. I was gonna use PS5 controller. I love how the PS5 controller feels, but
yeah, it's pretty good.
I was trying to think. I need to need to like make sure it works with Resident Evil Remake for Steam and all that stuff because when you run the door skip category on that, you have to have the joy to key program working too because that's how you remap the run key to stair skate with the analog stick. So I'm like afraid to like swap totally to PS5 controller because I'm like, what if it doesn't work on the PS5 controller? I think I'm just overthinking it.
Probably. It might also, you might be able to use the Steam configuration, the controller configuration, if joy to key is acts up at all.
Well, it's interesting.
Because you could do the same kind of thing.
Right. At least the way that the tutorials were set up for that game was that you alter the Steam configuration and you use joy to key. So
oh wow. Okay.
I don't know if I'm just like too scared to like do something, but yeah. Either way, PS5 controller feels great on PC.
Double jump feels so much different in this version of the game, so I'm like, it's throwing me off, and I'm taking this section really slow.
Now, going into Dynamite here, I think in NST you guys don't use the dinosaur, right? Dinosaur is slower. So I've seen in speedruns of this game, people do use the dinosaur.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I would have thought it was still slower.
I have no idea. Like, at least the runs that I've seen, I could be wrong though.
Oops.
Maybe they were messing around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I just would have guessed it was slower just because you're not neutral slide jumping, you know, but
well,
no idea.
I'm not neutral slide jumping anyways, so
that's fair.
Might as well.
I might do it just to say hi to my good old buddy Baby T. It's been a while.
I know. It makes me so sad. Like, you know, when I was running NST and then you just go right by Baby T's egg. I was so very sad.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to run 108 and then you can you say hi to him in Egapus Rex.
Egapus Rex. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, geez. I thought I was going to bounce off this TNT. I keep dying in this spot. There we go. I don't know why I didn't grab that last time. I must have been slightly too far to the right or something. Ooh, that was a rough level. Warp 3 is really hard, though.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Yeah, Warp 3 in NST is basically Warp 4 in in Crash 2, I think. Or Warp 3 in Crash 3 is Warp 4 in
Warp
Crash
4
2.
in Crash 2, yeah. All right. Oof. Deep Trouble.
Oops.
Yeah, Deep Trouble is at 12. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's where I am. This one's gonna be weird.
Another
because
one.
I actually like Deep Trouble a lot in NST. Once you get these levels are weird. Once you get good at them, they get really fun. But I'm having so much trouble cutting that cycle in this game. Mm-hmm. And oh jeez. And so I'm scared of it again.
So even when I ran both OG and NST, I was really bad with like cycles in this game and stuff like that. So especially with that little what would you call it? The little underwater vehicle, the gun or whatever like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, this thing, but I don't know what to call it.
The official name.
Yeah.
It's like
I think I just call it like a speedster or something. Speeder rather.
Speeder.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of your time spent on that is just like spinning, you know, just hitting the button to like go fast, right? And I just never know where I'm going with that. Because like sometimes I'll do that.
It's pretty tricky.
Sometimes I'll do that and I'll run into like a TNT or a shark or something.
Oh man, the hitboxes in this level are very I just get stuck on everything, and it causes me to miss cycles that I'm trying to get, or I get hit by blowfish and stuff.
Yeah.
Or pufferfish, I guess.
Yeah, pufferfish.
So I have a hard time with these compared to on NST where I really enjoy them. Yeah, I'm gonna take a safe route around here.
Okay. iframes, thank you. Cool.
No, the rock. I'm 1 inch from the
Oh no, I see that. I hate those things. I hate them so much. Let's see.
Hold on, I want that life. I saw you spawn.
How many lives you got?
5.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, technically that means you have 6 because 0 counts.
True.
Do you want to know how many I have?
How many?
19.
14 or something? Yeah. It's like probably a lot more.
Where did these come from? Actually, shoot, I'm off to a bad start on Road Crash.
Rock. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Yeah, I'm also a little bit worried about that one. I'm probably going to go there next. I'm going to take this slow until I get
Just
past
the motorcycle levels were always my weakest in these games. Like, I know you want to take the inside as much as you can and all that stuff, right? And then, you know, your guys here are on like a rail, essentially. That's what I like to think of it as.
Yeah. Yeah, set track.
Yeah. But still, no matter what, sometimes something messes up.
That's 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crash. Yeah, Road Crash in particular is actually like a pretty tight one. It's really easy to lose, I feel like, at least in NST it was. So, I don't know. I might lose it. I hope I don't, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Probably going to end up in the dirt a lot.
I'm going to try my best not to.
Yeah, I really like them. They're, I do enjoy the motorcycles levels a lot, but just going from, you know, how they work in one game versus how they work in another, it's hard to know if I'm going to do well enough. We'll see.
Right. I hate when you're like right by one of them and then like you accidentally hit it and it boosts them forward a little bit. That used to make me so mad. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how it works if you hit them on the side in OG, because in NST, at least if you hit them on the side, they don't get boosted forward, but they will like punch you off to the side pretty much. So you got to know where you're going basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I can recover that. That was way better than me falling in the pit.
All right, going into double header. It's my last one.
Oh wow. What the heck? That was a full reset. Okay.
Oh, did it knock you out of bounds?
Yeah, I didn't have as much, or I didn't get knocked. It was just my fault, but I didn't have quite as much control as I thought I would.
Oh no.
I couldn't brake as quickly. I might lose it. We'll see. Good chance I lose this one.
Man, doubleheader is an interesting one.
Well, the pad. Oh no.
I was gonna say I think it has the best death animation in the game, but just the layout of the whole level is very frustrating.
Oh boy, I got it. Yeah, I'm losing this one. I'm taking 4th. Ooh, I got to do it again.
So what sucks in, I lost my mask. What I think in NST, it asks you if you want to go again, right?
Yeah, and this one it kicks you out.
Yeah, you have to go back in. I hate it. Oops.
Yeah, I figured that might happen. It's just a tough one, and the mechanics just feel very different, so. Like, I'd be a little worried about losing this even if we were playing NST right now, just because.
Really?
I know. Well, I just know that this one can be pretty tight.
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to try to, like, if I'm optimizing boosts or something and carry it too far and then lose control, then.
I'm about to get hit. Yep. That was my bad. That was totally my fault. I said, hey, it has the best animation in the game, and y'all got to see it.
Was it, are you talking about, like, getting punched to the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Oh, man, I keep messing up and driving slightly too far off the road.
Whew. All right.
Okay.
Entropy.
I'm I'm just going like full focus mode on this one now. Oh, stupid enemy in front of me.
Yeah, it sucks. They're like just right enough in your way that it's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. Okay, that S-bend is what was like worked very differently compared to NST. So now that I'm past that, that should help a lot. I'm gonna hit this cop. I'm hoping maybe I can still catch the end here.
So I think, so there's a glitch you can do in NST for entropy where, you get glitched to the other side or whatever. I think there's something similar in OG, but I have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, I think in OG it's a little bit, it doesn't quite save as much. I think it's like they can stand like closer or something, like stand halfway through to hit him. I don't quite remember exactly what it is either. I don't know how to do it at all, but yeah, it is funny how they both have kind of similar things.
Oh, oops. Wow, my bad.
Well, good. I need all the time I can get, so yeah, I just appreciate you if you make a mistake.
Shush.
I also need this. Oh, right, I have double jump. Let's look at his crash 2 for a second.
I like lost focus for a second. These orbs are like the same color no matter what, you know?
Oh. All right, dynamite. Oh, what? Whatever. You know what? I don't have any masks. Let's say hi to Baby T. Let's go, buddy. Baby T effectively acts like another mask for anyone who didn't know. So
he totally does.
Yeah, I'll do it. It's been a minute since we've said hi to him in this level. So
yeah,
we used to use them back before I found hob sliding, but now you do a hob slide through this whole level. So
yeah. So you're saying it's your fault?
Yeah, it is, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, how does it feel to have like a main piece of tech, like very important speed tech, to be in a game, like, to be in a game, period, just because like, you always hear in different speedrun communities how like, there's some, people find strats and then it's named after the person who found them sometimes, so it was the same in your case, right? So how does that feel? It's like, wow, when someone's playing, and Crash 3 at a high level or Crash 2 at a high level, it's like, wow, they're using the tech I found. Like how does that feel?
Yeah, it's really cool. I definitely like, it's really neat. I've found other stuff in like Kingdom Hearts speedruns before, and it was always stuff that saved like 1 second or like 8 seconds at most or something like that, and I don't know. It's just really cool to have found after, being a speedrunning community for a long time and everything. Finally, like feeling like I was able to kind of just put put a mark on something or just help. Not even put a mark, but so much as just like help give back to the speedrunning community by finding a cool thing.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing where it's like somebody else would have found it if not me. It's a thing in the game. I guarantee somebody would have. But I was super happy when I found it. It was super neat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, also just being an accidental discovery was really cool too. And I happened to be streaming at the time, so like it is just really neat all around. It was a fun experience.
Yeah, and that's how a majority of stuff is found regardless, is by accident, because you're messing around with a game that just came out. And it's like, oh, I did this thing by accident. Can we recreate this? So that's
yeah,
really
it
cool.
really is amazing how much stuff gets found by accident or even from somebody just playing like casually or whatever and just posting a video like, hey, this thing happened to me. It's really weird, right? And then speedrunners are like, wait, that happened to you? Like, that's amazing. So if you're playing a game and something weird that you think could be useful in a speedrun ever happens to you, go let them know. Find the community's Discord on speedrun.com or something and post a video about it, or just tell them what happened, because you never know when you're going to find something really cool.
Yeah.
Like the fastest method of moving in Spider-Man, in Marvel's Spider-Man, like the 2018 game, I think was found by just somebody who posted it on Reddit.
Yeah.
Just random.
And I was going to say, it doesn't matter how old the game is either. Like, new stuff is always found in old games. I can't give an example, but...
And it's like, if you tell them something they already know, then it's like, okay, whatever. Like, not that big a deal, right? Oh, geez. So here was something I was legitimately worried about before this race. I haven't fought Entropy normally in a really long time. So I don't know. I don't really remember how this fight works.
Oh, because you skip the whole fight, right?
Well, it's like,
well, you still have to do it, but yeah.
The first phase you jump over there really quickly. The second phase you jump over there really quickly. So you just like pretty much dodge everything without having to wait for some of these laser moves. And then the third phase you have to have a mask, but you can also jump over there.
Okay. I was gonna say
these lasers. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so like the orbs are like all the same color, so you have to like jump over them, right? But the ones you have to like not jump over are the same color. But
that's tricky.
They fixed that in NST. They made them different colors, so that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the lasers in particular, though, are like, I forgot he had lasers. Oh, okay, that's close.
I always forget you have the tornado.
Yeah, that's also going to be weird. I'm so used to doing mock tornadoes, another piece of speed tech from Insane Trilogy. I'm so used to doing that in the back half of the game that it's going to be really weird to do these levels without it.
I think there's something similar, though. I could be wrong.
I have no idea. Yeah, maybe.
I feel like there's some sort of like tornado tech in this game, but I have no idea.
Let's do bye-bye blimps. I think the blimp levels are also, or the plane levels are actually a lot harder in OG, if I remember correctly.
So in my little practice, I'm giving you a heads up because, you know, I don't want you to suffer. So Bye-Bye Blimps felt fine. Mad Bombers felt really, really hard. I don't know why. It's like those planes that hit you, they just do way more damage, and they're really fast. And I like failed it like once or twice before.
Wow.
When it's usually not a big deal, especially in NST.
Oh yeah, NST, I'm not super stressed about those levels normally.
Yeah, usually those levels are really chill, and yeah, Bye-Bye Blimps feels fine, but Mad Bombers was stressful. So just giving you a mental heads up.
Thank you.
Because last thing I want you to do is be like, like, you're not doing anything wrong, I promise. It's just those enemies and Mad Bombers are really mean. Hopefully we can get there. I think we're making good progress.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, geez, did I miss one? Oh, I forgot one. I thought I was done, and then I didn't realize I still had a blimp left.
I feel like the enemies in Bye-Bye Blimps, they just move. They don't fire as fast or maybe as hard. But yeah, Mad Bombers, they didn't take no prisoners.
Yeah, it might be something like that. I think 18 is the other vehicle level here. I'm just kind of getting vehicle levels out of the way first for some reason.
Good idea.
I guess whenever I don't have masks, because I'm just used to NST taking your masks away a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's funny because you think since there's... Ow. I was going to say, since there's like more planes in here, you think this would be harder, or these enemies would be meaner, but nah. The ones in Mad Bombers are like that. All right, let's see.
Oh, just don't bump the wall, apparently. Okay.
Stop.
I also use so many like visual cues in these jet ski levels normally that it's weird not seeing what I'm expecting. So I get to a spot and like I think I took the wrong way around this island. I just get to a spot and it's like, wait, where am I? What is going on in this level?
Like what sort of visual cues?
Like just the way the scenery's shaped and stuff, or things loading in more quickly because newer hardware and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm like just looking out at a blue void, I'm like, wait, what part of the level am I in?
I remember that, like, how there's like those 3 lives that are just like outside of the level there. I remember that stumped me so much. Like, how do you get there? And even now, I don't even remember how you do get there. I know there's like a there's like a space or something somewhere that you can
Yeah,
get
I
out
don't
of there.
quite remember either, to be honest, but it's something like that. Like, it's just some weird way over to it. They totally did that, just to like troll people.
Yeah. All right.
So far, this level's going pretty well, so that's good.
Good.
I was a little worried. Because this is a pretty long level.
Yeah, it's one of the longer ones, I think.
Yeah.
Not as long as Sunset Vista. Jesus.
That's true. How did I not get that life? That was weird.
We're going to have battle scars from Sunset Vista.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was taking that safe.
We'll go to 16 now, I guess. All right, I gotta try to catch up some time. Just let these neutral slide jumps catch me up.
Shoot. I tried like slide. Oh, shit. Sorry. I should have just spun that guy away. All right. Okay. Down, please. The heck? Game. Weird.
It's close. Oh, make it. Oh my God, I made it. That was terrifying.
Are you in Sphinx Nader?
Oh, yeah, I am not used to doing this without a mock tornado.
There's like a skip
I should
in
remember
NST
that I
now,
have it
I
always.
think, too.
Yeah, you can like get up on top.
Yeah.
Out of bounds.
It's pretty cool.
It's interesting.
Oh, shit. Why did I do that?
Oh, that was dang. Okay, yeah, I should have seen that coming.
All right. Cool. Oh, oops. That guy did damage. I take all the future levels a little bit slower just because like the spiky guys and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, the future levels are really hard.
All right, cool.
There's some of the more annoying levels in 108% runs in NST.
Yeah, because of like multiple gems.
Yeah, and you gotta like go backtrack sometimes and stuff. They're just really hard.
About to go into Tomb Waiter. I might end up losing some lives in here just because.
Is Tomb Waiter your last one for this warp? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm a full level behind. So I got to do Future Frenzy and Tomb Waiter.
Yeah, and I'm not coming into here with any masks, so I will pick up the masks that are in here. But yeah.
Why am I grabbing boxes?
This level also used to give me a lot of anxiety as a kid, but now I think it's like one of the most fun levels in the series.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It used to be very annoying on NST before they fixed some hitboxes on the PC version.
Wait, what hitboxes?
Well, I guess I don't think it was really the hitbox. I think it had something to do with maybe the frame rate or something. But those pits, like the one in front of you right now, if you were using a mock tornado and you got kind of somewhat near them, not even that close to them, sometimes they would just kill you. And it was very frustrating whenever it would happen.
Now part of me wanted to do something silly, but I probably would have lost my mask doing that, so played that one a little safe.
Okay. Don't quite remember the full level layout right now. All right, lost my mask. Really wanted to keep masks for Tomb Waiter, but oh well.
Yeah. You get one? Oh, maybe there's another one around here. I'm playing it like super safe because I don't want to like mental block or something.
Yeah. I think it's just one in that level, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it seems like it. Oh, that was my bad. Slid right into Nitro.
Oh, that B. I was doing so well. Hadn't died in a while.
What also sucks is like, yeah, the cycles get so messed up when you die.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like we got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think, could we beat the game in 10 minutes? Probably not.
Probably get pretty pretty far into warp, maybe like halfway through warp 5.
Yeah, I think we're going to be close. If
Sorry,
we
I'm
had
taking this
if we were
slow to
already
get slow.
past engine.
Yeah.
If we were past engine, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be close. I'm really curious if I can catch up or not.
I feel I took the last part of Tomb Waiter really slow just because like I usually do like the double jumps and then like the death tornadoes throughout all that for distance and air and all that, but I was not feeling confident about that. But it's okay. Not dying is always, like you said, faster.
Oh no. Yeah, I should follow my own advice. I tried to skip that, and I would have had it. I just I didn't do the right timing on the death tornado spin. Oh well. So I lost too much height. And then yeah, like you were saying, once you die, your cycles are all kinds of messed up. Mm-hmm. Oh, his hitbox extends a little further. All right, good to know.
Oh shoot, I could have done the Gatling guns. Okay. Okay.
I should be playing this level safer. I don't know why I'm not.
It's
right,
tempting. It's tempting to just breeze through it because, like, you know, you can, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get my double jump there. Weird. Might have been because I was falling already.
Oops. I was really hoping to get no damage on the engine fight here, but alas. Got hit by one lowly orb, whatever you want to call it, plasma orb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play this a little safe.
God, the way engines like whole like spaceship moves and wiggles, it's like, stay still, man. Okay. One more hit, sir.
Played safe on this nitro. Yeah, I'm having to play this a little bit safer for sure, but it's the right move.
It is.
I don't want to do it, but it's the right move.
Crash will thank you.
Whew, okay, barely got out of that water.
All right.
I might have been able to go there, but we'll just wait.
Yeah, that one at that point where you're at now is one that I was totally taking it safe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's right after a checkpoint. So lose the mask, but not as big of a deal as it could have been.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, why did I do that? I wasted time like bringing out the fruit bazooka because I'm like, I can get rid of this guy like while I'm sitting here waiting, but
It took too long.
yeah, just burned through some time that I didn't need to. And now my cycles here are weird. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Yep.
Hey, but at least you could identify it was going to happen.
Yeah. No, that's the worst. Is like the impending doom. You're like, oh, I didn't make that. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Nope.
There we go. I just couldn't land on that box last time. Oh, what?
God, nice.
I'm so close to the end.
You got this.
Okay.
Cool.
Here. I'm just going to wait this time. We're going to play it safe.
Are you kidding? I did the jump. I did the tornado way too far away. Oh, but at least I'm right here. Checkpoint was right here.
I'm not dead. I thought I was going to die there for sure.
Okay.
Now wait.
Okay, you can just like bypass the whole crystal. Thanks.
Keep expecting that beetle to go a little bit too far or go a little bit further, and it's not. Oh, no. I've been killed by that beetle twice. I don't know if I've ever been killed by that beetle in NST.
Are you talking about the green one?
Yeah, right at the end, the scarab.
Yeah.
Most powerful enemy, apparently.
Definitely. Shoot, I missed.
Man.
I'm really bad at these levels, these Arabian Night levels because like the trampolines, what would you call them?
Yeah, the carpet trampoline things. I think trampolines is a good word.
Yeah. I'm always bad because like I know there's a way you can optimally do that where sorry, I just died.
Oh, wow. I got caught right in that corner.
No, but I know there's a way to do those carpet trampolines optimally, but it's like I never do the movement right. But it seems like it's one of those things, once you get the hang of it, it seems really fun to execute.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a similar thing for, I think it's in Hang 'em High in NST. That's super fun.
Yeah.
Once you get good at it.
The one at the beginning, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's good. Okay, I'm just gonna fruit bazooka this guy because I don't like him.
I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna kill the beetle and just move on. And then that platform slid out from under me a lot faster than I was expecting, so I slid right into the nitro.
All right, cool.
Thank you, Pity Mask, for saving me from what would have been a really dumb way to game over.
Oh, did you die too much and then the game gave you a mask?
Yes, and I'm close to a game over, so I'm going to try not to die again.
But see, that's that hidden DA that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Or the RNG or whatever.
Well, no, the Pity Masks are absolutely like, once you die enough times, it just gives it to you at the checkpoint and everything. It's very nice. All right, we got out of there. Okay. I'm going to get to go at least towards Warp 5. I don't know if I'll beat Engine in time. We'll see.
If you get through the engine fight, that's what's up, because that's the best boss fight in the series, I think.
It's pretty good. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. It makes me very...
I like Entropy's fight as well. But
Whose? Entropy?
Entropy's, yeah, I do like his as well, but I think this one's very good for sure.
Yeah, it's very iconic, and it makes me very sad that we don't do it in NST. Like, I understand, because it's long.
Yeah.
But it's so fun, and it looks so good in NST.
I forgot I could just be holding the shoot button.
Yeah.
I was totally
spam it.
mashing it and going
You were
way
mashing?
Yeah, it was going way slower. Way slower. I totally forgot.
Oh goodness, your poor thumbs.
I was like, I feel like this is shooting super slowly. Like, is this just how it is in OG?
No.
It's like, no, I'm just a fool.
It's been 84 years since JHobz has done the engine boss fight.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly. Like this and Entropy's lasers.
Yeah.
Okay. There's phase 1. We at least do it in 108%. You got to do all the boss fights, so.
Wait, you do?
Yep. Yeah, each boss fight gives you a percent.
Did not. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Man.
Give you 1%, so got to do them.
Sounds like the category I would want to run then.
Yeah, it's a really good category. It's just long.
Yeah,
And
it's like, what, 3 hours?
It's long with, yeah, something like around that range. And there's just no breaks. But sounds like we're coming up close to time here. And Mar, you're going to take this one in Crash 3. And as we all know, Crash 3 being the best of the video games is worth 3 points. So I think you're taking the victory tonight.
Nice. I'm actually about to.
That's time.
I was
you
gonna
go ahead
say,
and finish that
yeah,
level.
I'm about to finish the level if I don't die.
I'll just keep shooting this boss while I'm talking about how this was super fun. So Marphoria, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much, Hobbs, for having me. Like, I was so psyched when you reached out because I was literally like derusting these games, and then it's like, well, I was derusting NST and like gonna learn, like, you know, relearn 3 and probably learn 1, and then you're like, hey, do you want to do OG? And I'm like, yes, I do. So
Yeah,
that was great.
I was super glad that you were down to do it because I was like, this will be super fun. I'm not very good at the OG games at all, but I think this will make for a really cool and even race. And I think it was. It was super close the whole way.
Yeah.
Very happy with that. So for anybody who doesn't know you and wants to find you and find you streaming normally, where can people find you?
Yeah, just at twitch.tv/Marphoria. I mainly speedrun. I speedrun mainly like Resident Evil games and platformers, you know, Spyro and all that stuff. I used to speedrun these games and getting back into that, but no, we do a lot of speedrun content over at my channel. A lot of chillin', a lot of nice vibes going on there. And I'm also on Twitter at Marphoria and Instagram. But yeah, mainly Twitch and Twitter is where you can find me at.
Well, awesome. Everybody, please go follow Marphoria. Thanks again for being on. And don't go anywhere, anybody, because we have another show, the last show before SGDQ, coming up next. It's How to Train a Speedrunner with Church and Sarge. So please stick around for that. Thank you all again for watching. And have a great SGDQ, everybody. I won't see you for a couple weeks. Bye-bye.
Take care.